Appreciate.
Everything good? I heard you say you don't know what's going on. Something wrong with your system?
Nope.
Okay, let's go.
Is your camera meant to be on, Mo?
Yes.
We only see darkness.
Oh, let's see if your dad did something.
Oh, there you go.
He did. Dad did do something.
Uh-oh.
Dad's always doing
Slipping
something.
into darkness.
Dad's always be doing something, Linnea.
Always.
She
Goodness.
ain't wrong, cause my dad always doing something.
Sonny's dad is always doing something too. He's actually doing something right now. Great day and welcome everyone to today's live. Today is Tuesday, the alleged second day of December. Or should I say the 12th month? The alleged 12th month. However y'all want to put it. You know, isn't it an amazing time to have been born? Isn't it? Isn't
Oh,
it an
It's a
amazing
wonderful
time to
time.
have been born?
Anytime's a good time to be born.
Is it?
Nah,
Well,
it was times that are worse
Imagine
than this.
imagine the people who were born before we were all confused about how the 12th month is December, which says 10, and they were saying it's 2025, and I'm sure they had some other year. I'm just saying. There was no fake ass daytime saving, you know? Anybody know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
Some may say every time is a good time to be born, but this is a special time, I think.
Definitely.
Mm. We are on the cusp of something crazy.
Yeah.
It may be like that song, crazy, amazing, crazy. You're so amazing. Don't mind me, guys. I entertain myself, as y'all know. I'm having some split pea soup for those who are just joining us. And I just put some amazing hot sauce on it. Locally grown, fresh,
Murder
delicious
Hornet.
ingredients. Yes, that's what it
Murder
says.
Hornet.
Y'all see it,
Well, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I suggest people find local to your area. Pepper makers, I know those in Georgia and Florida should have at least a good dozen to choose from. And we support about two or three different makers, local makers from our state. So support your local whoever, guys. We grow ours too, but we have not been able to grow enough to make all of our own hot sauce since that we've left Texas. But we're gonna try again really, really hard this spring. And I anticipate us being able to grow quite a bit, but would probably still support some of our local makers because I don't know about y'all's husbands and y'all selves, men's, but my man safe has an entire cabinet of hot sauce.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Figures.
And
We could do
swear
a
all
whole live
different.
with me showing y'all all the different flavors. He keeps four on a rack, like on speed rack, okay?
That's just for eggs, right?
This is one of them.
That's just for scrambled eggs. Put it on
Right.
his head.
And then he has another one for the potatoes and another,
Yeah.
another one for
Yeah. Yeah.
Hope everybody has been enjoying their family and friends. How has it been for you guys? I know some of y'all weren't here on Thursday or Friday because y'all were busy.
It's good. We have a new baby on the way in less than 19 days, so we're excited.
Wow. Well, you don't know the exact
Congrats.
time. You don't know
Good
the
baby.
exact time, do we? I
Baby
mean,
in the
unless you're
oven?
gonna
Well,
go,
she's getting induced. She's getting induced on the 19th. So, and I'm her doula. It's my little sister, and I'm her doula. So,
why is she being induced?
just because she's not into like the whole natural stuff, and she had a stillborn last year. So,
She's not into it.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're not into
She's
natural stuff.
no.
What's
She's
more natural than
hypnotized by the
having,
government.
can somebody tell me what's more natural than having a baby? I mean, other than having just a bowel
Nothing, because that's
movement, I
the most
guess.
natural thing for women, right?
What was never what for women?
Oh, I said, I was just saying,
You're cutting up, darling. You're
She was
cutting
gonna have a,
out.
she was gonna have a baby Henry VIII style.
Ay, ay, ay. We're not even going to talk about that.
That's terrible.
I mean, it can be. Let's pray for the best. Let's hope for the best. Let's speak the best into the whole experience and hope that this is not yet another child scarred for life because of their beginnings.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, that does happen too. So, today is Newbie Tuesday, where we ask mostly our newbie questions. We're going to share a couple of updates as well. But you're in the right place if you have questions about, excuse me, whether you should correct your status, whether correction of statuses is necessary or a meaningful thing. We're going to, if you have questions about whether you need to start a trust before you beat a traffic ticket. We're going to talk about whether you need to put your children in a trust to prevent them from being stolen and trafficked by the Department of Health and Human Services. We are going to talk about if you have to authenticate your birth certificate in order to stand up for your rights. So if anybody has any questions about in that style, let's go ahead and get it started. If you have questions about things like the Bill of Exchange Act that is not applicable in America, or the Sestake v. Trust Act, which is also not applicable in America, we can also talk about those things. You have any questions about those things? How big a trust fits two kids and a house? It got to be huge. You might have to use legal paper, the 8 by 14. What y'all think?
Yeah, you gotta file your UCC one.
Right, before
Sta-
you file your UCC 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Staple them all together.
Oh shoot, you sure you got to staple them?
Yeah, with a 10-foot nail.
Princess is in here laughing. There are lots of people that might not see those things as entertaining, but they absolutely are. Okay. Um,
Hilarious.
but again, I want to let you guys know if you're just joining us, we have a $50 off coupon for all of our workshops on the website, and that coupon code is 50OFF. Someone can put it in the chat, 50OFF, for anybody who wishes to join any of our classes that we already have. It does include the all access now. Yes, 50OFF. I know some people are confused if it's a 0 or a 5. Right. So it's 50OFF. So you guys can take advantage of that today, and that will go up until Saturday. And it's because we appreciate you guys being here as part of the community. We realize that times are getting crazy, like I started to say a few minutes ago. And it is important for us to learn what we are discussing here to be able to thrive in the near and distant future, guys. So I wanted to get that out the way. All right. So Jafar, go ahead and unmute and tell us what is going on.
There we go. I was trying to find the unmute because I was in the chat trying to put it in the group. So yeah, I was doom scrolling, I doom scroll when I wake up. So I saw a particular comment, a guy saying, "Oh yeah, I put a."
You're going in and out for some reason. I don't know if you're
Oh
moving around or moving your mouth around or something, but I didn't hear. I heard something about fumbling about getting on, but you're on now, so let us hear the story.
yeah, no, I have the TikTok up as well, so that's probably what you heard. So yeah, I was doom scrolling. And I saw a particular comment on some police related, and he said he put a TRO on a whole police department. And so I was seeing the replies in there, and some guy said, and I just put it in the chat too. Um, it was Detroit, Michigan. I'm trying to bring up the comments again. Chat. In Detroit, Michigan, Detroit will breathe restraining order, and it came up the
They
whole
will
case that
breathe. What is that? What does breathe mean?
that
They-
that's what they put to look it up. I literally just put in my search on Google, and that was the first thing that came up. It says granting um
Can you share
TRO.
your screen? Is
Yes.
it on an official? We want to see if it's on an official site or if it's just on somebody's dumbass blog.
No, yeah. I also posted the link in the Zoom chat as well.
This
Law.justia.com. But I can pull up on my screen. Give me a second. How do I?
this dude put a TRO on a whole police department.
For 3 years, from 2020 to 2023.
Great.
So it was
That's
recent.
wonderful. That is great. We want to see it.
Yeah. How do?
You don't know how to share? We don't know yet if it's legit. We
Yeah.
want to see if it's a gossip site for sure. Because like somebody just commented on one of my posts that I said that
Oh,
there's so many attorneys and judges we have to sue, and somebody made a
oh,
post saying that some woman is suing a political subdivision for $6 million hairs, and I
yeah.
was like, "Oh, that's, interesting." And then they said something about their bonds, and I'm like, "Oh, that's such bullshit. They had no $1 million bonds." If you guys, especially if you took our Pigpen class, guys, don't sleep on that class. Take it. If
Yeah,
you've
I put
taken
I
it,
the
watch it
order.
again.
I put the order in the chat as a file.
As a PDF. Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it says you cannot start your video because the host has disabled it.
Oh, because I didn't put it so multiple participants can
Okay.
share. Okay, so this is the order. Gratitude, Linnea. It wants me to download it.
Yeah, it's quick. I just did that too.
Malika, may
You
I
want me
ask
to
real quick?
screen share?
I put it so other people can screen share. Go ahead with your question, Hassan.
What you were saying as far as like you had basically spoke about something and then a post had popped up similar to that, and then you was like it has to be BS based on what material was in it. So
Oh
it
yeah,
just it
because
just made me think.
they're making comments about millions of dollars going after
Thank
agents'
you, Linnea.
bonds, and they just do not have $1 million bonds. Most of their bonds, depending on the city, is like 5,000 and less. In some smaller
So
cities, you'll see them as low as $500 hairs. So saying that you're hitting up people's bonds and making like puffing up your chest like that, this shit doesn't make it's not legit. All
so
right,
my
so
question then is, do you think that people then are like taking things and just making like I don't know AI content from the words that we're using
no,
to
I
try
think some
to
people are just some people are just misleading, and the
okay,
second is other people misinterpret things. So they'll read
okay,
something and they will extrapolate it in their mind, thinking they're saying one thing when they're saying something else.
gratitude, gratitude, I
Okay.
yield.
yeah.
Gratitude for asking. So you guys can come over to the Zoom gratitude Atlas for putting the Zoom link. You can just put just the number maybe, but I love the fact that it shows up as a Zoom link. It's zoom.us/s/. All right, so what we have on the screen right now is a restraining order granting plaintiffs, which seems to be an organization called Detroit Will Breathe. That's why it didn't make any sense.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I
Um,
literally just found it, so I didn't know.
Detroit Will Breathe is an organization, obviously, et al., as the plaintiffs against the city of Detroit. And again, this is important because what Jafar initially said is that they restrained a police department. And this is actually restraining the city, which is different. Although the department is a department of the city, and of course, if you restrain the entire city, you restrain every agency of the city. So I get it, but it's the whole city that's being restrained. And it's funny because the city is who picks up the trash. So I wonder if they can still pick his trash up. Okay. I wonder if they can still
Yeah, that'd be
bill
funny.
bill him for bill them, him or her or them. Because if I'm restraining you, you don't send me a water bill, don't send me a trash bill, don't send none of your officers here, none of that. All right, so let's see what it says. Plaintiff Detroit Will Breathe and 14 individuals have been involved in protest activity in the city of Detroit in response to the unaliving of a man who you guys name might recognize.
yeah,
In a continuation of the movement, they allege that Detroit police have responded to their demonstrations with excessive force and have violated their First and Fourth Amendment rights. Plaintiffs seek temporary restraining order in joining the city of Detroit, and more specifically, the city's police policy department, its officers from using certain tactics, including the use of striking weapons, chemical agents, and rubber bullets against demonstrators, medical support personnel, and legal observers. For the reasons stated below, the motion is granted in part. So let's scroll down to see what part was granted. Keep scrolling. Okay. Let's see. A temporary restraining order is like a preliminary injunction. It, quote, is an extraordinary remedy reserved only for cases where it is necessary to preserve the status quo until trial. And they quote a case. Okay, it's an ex parte one. Go back up a little bit. Wait, right there. The court may issue a TRO without notice to the adverse parties if specific facts in an affidavit or verified complaint clearly show that immediate and irreparable injury, loss, or damage will result to the movement if the adverse party can can be heard in opposition. Oh, okay. So let's go to the third part. The court takes short detour before analyzing the facts. Continue down. Now to the factors for the temporary restraining order. The first factor, likelihood of success on the merits, is the most important factor in the case of an alleged constitutional violation and is typically determinative. Determinative. Okay. Scroll all the way down. Let's go to B because they're just blah blah blah. I just want to show you guys how long this opinion is. They seem very detailed. They seem like they actually like read the case and shit. Y'all see that? Keep going. Let's get to B. Maybe it's actually okay. Here goes two. Plaintiffs also allege that the defendants violated their First Amendment rights to speech and assembly by retaliating against them for protesting. The First Amendment safeguards an individual's right to participate in public debate through political expression and political association. But why gotta be political though? Organized political protest is a form of classical political speech. Okay, in order to prove retaliation under the First Amendment, plaintiffs must demonstrate that plaintiffs took adverse action against them, which would deter a person of ordinary firmness from continuing to engage. The present record, hey, they're referencing the record, guys. The present record suggests. I love that language. Plaintiffs have a likelihood of success in showing that an ordinary person may be deterred from participating in the protest by the actions of Detroit police officers, as discussed above. Plaintiff may well be able to show that officers used things like tear gas, pepper spray, and batons against peaceful protesters. At least one plaintiff stated that they have been deterred from attending further demonstrations and exercising their First Amendment rights after being beaten and detained while acting as a medic. Wow. Crazy. All right, scroll down. Let's keep going. They're very detailed here. Plaintiff also alleged that the city of Detroit is liable for violations of plaintiff's constitutional rights under a theory of municipal liability. Hey,
Oh no.
Monell. Monell, my people. Monell.
Word.
Sharpen up those Monell claims. Municipal liability can be demonstrated in a number of ways, including showing that the city has a custom or practice of tolerating, permitting constitutional violations. What city is not doing that? Anybody?
This is like literally copy paste.
It's every city. All right, let's scroll down. Let's go to section 3 or whatever, because this is long. Keep going, keep going.
Yeah, it's a little lengthy. It's about 12 pages.
Okay, B. Yeah, we're on page like 9 out of 10 right now. Let's go to B. You already passed B. Okay. In the case of an alleged constitutional violation, the likelihood of success on the merits often will be the determinative factor. Plaintiffs have shown a likelihood of success on their First Amendment claims, and thus irreparable injury is likely already occurred. Aww. So you need a Kia Temet before you protest? Okay. C. When considering the third factor, balance of equities, a court must balance competing claims of injury. How the heck would the city be injured with the restraining order to not beat people's ass? Can somebody tell me? Can somebody tell me why they even had to bring this part up?
Sounds like they want an excuse to beat people's asses.
But how could they claim, well, you can't restrain us from excessive force? We're going to be damaged in equity from not being able to kick people's ass
Let's see
wantonly.
this little note on the bottom. I
The
thought it was
court will
interesting.
likely point out that the plaintiff's brief included a different quote from this case. The quote does not actually appear in the opinion, nor does it appear in any other opinion on Westlaw. Oh my God.
Watch out there, y'all. Read those cases.
May I add a here? Just want to
But you
bring on
see
some.
how how they still got the restraining order granted even with those mistakes. Good catch, Linnea.
True.
This
Who's
is
in
why
comments?
when we're hearing that people are being told that they made a mistake in expressing something in their case, and now their case is either dismissed or has been marginalized. All right, let's go. The final factor, D, the public interest, also weighs in favor of the injunction. Duh. Y'all don't want to keep getting beat up by the city policies that's not supposed to be talking to you at all since you're not
Well,
doing
why
any
not?
business.
Well, why not? I can't wait for the cavity search.
Uh, Ew.
Oh God, Mr. McCabe church. Oh, Jesus.
Yo, you nasty.
For real.
Keep it for
Okay, the
that
final
shit.
factor of public interest. Finally, while the court has conducted an independent analysis of the factors for temporary relief, it has focused on the particular facts of this case. The court notes that in issuing a TRO, it joins the approach taken by its sister courts in a number of cities who have analyzed similar claims and issued similar injunctions. Great. Let's get down to the wherefore. Just keep going.
Wherefore?
Let's keep going. Oh shit, that's where it ended. Okay, so right here, okay, so for a
Right.
period of 14 days to be extended upon showing of good cause, but not beyond 28 days, absent consent by the defendant, the city of Detroit, including the Detroit Policy Department and all its officers, agents, departments under the policy department's control for the purposes of this order, the city is enjoined from using striking weapons, deploying chemical agents, placing a chokehold or ramming. They gotta tell them
Gotta
not to do
tell them
that.
that. Oh my God.
No,
Somebody help me. Help my Lord.
I can't breathe.
Tightening
Jesus.
zip ties or handcuffs placed on individuals to the point that the restraints cause physical injury. They not even supposed to be arresting nobody, much less putting tight cuffs on them. Arresting demonstrators in mass without probable cause. What it seems like to me, funny enough, because this came up, police brutality actually came up on the live last night with Hassan and others. And Hassan mentioned watching videos.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot. I mean, shout
Him and
out to
his
Lotus.
family are
Yeah.
observing, kind of like court watching, right? They're
Yeah, court
watching body
watching.
cams. They're
Yeah,
watching
and body
body
cam
cam
footage.
footage.
Yeah.
And it is disturbing what these a-holes are willing to do on camera because more of them are not being taken to task properly. Most people, even when it is so-called police brutality to include unaliving somebody, they get an attorney. And the attorney is not going to make the arguments that the attorney needs to make in order to clench the conviction. They're not.
Yeah.
I think part of it is because they want to piss people off.
It
Well,
only
thanks
They
to the
makes
same club.
it makes me just think like, all right, since I've, made the commitment that I made, this is my lifestyle, I speak for myself. So it's like, all right, now that I've allowed myself to listen to my wife about looking at these videos, because at first I was like, I don't want to see that shit, like, you know what I mean? Because it's just not because of what the video is. It's just I don't like seeing people treated unfairly, for real. I don't like seeing people get bullied. But then once I
Hmm.
watched it with the mindset of being a part of this community, I was like, okay, now I have an objective to look at, so I don't get caught up in the emotions that can result from my observation. So now I can practice not being emotional and staying objective, even when it's not being asked of me to do so, so to speak. But now I can, enjoy watching these videos that, what I mean, Lotus was just trying to be like, yo, like check these out, yo. This shit is tort claims all day. And I'm just sitting here like, yo, people could really observe body cam footage, and if comes to a mindset of doing maybe mass tort claims, you know what I'm saying? Not to be like on some nefarious stuff. It's about making peace. And that's where my mind is at now when I'm looking at it even more. It's like, okay, it's not really about let's avenge, because avenging still comes with a certain level of energy where it's like, you know what, I don't have to kill a roach with an axe. You know what I mean? All we got to do is just, point out that, this issue can be resolved if these things took place, but we have to be able to
Could you
frame it and
imagine
articulate it.
observing videos and experiencing emotional damage and suing for that damage of having to watch the body cam of what these people are doing?
I've thought
Mm,
about
Yeah,
that. I'm so happy Hassan's bringing this up because I've been feeling this for the last like 3 months.
it's called witness abuse. That's what it's
I
called.
do feel damaged watching those videos though. And I totally
Real.
get what you're saying, Hassan. Like I can't sit there and watch people be bullied and I can't do anything in that moment.
Right.
So yeah, I'm damaged. Tort claim.
yeah. Yeah, it's tough.
500,000.
Yeah, it's tough, but I can watch him now and be like, all right, that is a straight up tort claim right there. Like, and then I can actually observe too the psychology of those in uniform. Then I get to observe when they're being investigated by those that's got to take the report of what they done. Then I get to observe who's narrating it, because there are tons of YouTube, well, not tons, but quite a few where people's content creation is actually just presenting body cam footage and doing a reaction video of body cam footage. And there are some out there that I'm just going to say it's not the best results. However, since my objective is to really see what's happening at the scene and in the court, it's like, okay, I see how stuff does have to be framed. So even this example that you guys just brought up that Linnea was sharing, I don't know what if Chafar was bringing it up, like, me that just made me go like, yeah, this is more of the language it has to be. It can't be some incompetent attorneys trying to cover their ass, so they're just saying any
Yep.
straw man fallacy they can say on document. So I'm done with looking at that dumb shit, respectfully. And then it's like, now it's like, okay, now we don't have to just be angry, shaking our fists really hard in our documentation. That doesn't work either. So
Or
all we
out in
need
the
to do,
streets. Because
yeah,
none of those
yeah,
people doing
exactly,
those protests, in my
correct,
opinion, did what they were supposed to do preliminarily, which is
correct.
torturing everybody. Sue everybody.
Right.
Why are we
Yeah.
getting out in the streets, subjecting ourselves to police policy brutality? Why would you do that?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. I just don't like, when I see it, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, we got to be a lot less. We can feel what we feel, but it's got to fuel the
Yes.
competent approach. It can't be misused as violence. And I know that sounds kind of weak, but in court,
Oh, I'm an advocate for
violence
violence.
doesn't win.
I'm an
Yeah, no,
advocate for violence, but you
yeah,
guys, it
yeah,
has to be properly applied.
in court. That's why I'm just saying. And when I mean in court, I mean in a civil forum. If it, wherever it goes, as long as it's on paper, there's a record. That's what I mean. There's a
Well,
record. Are we
and
making a
Hassan,
record? That's it. That's what
and
I'm saying.
Hassan, even going to your point, it's kind of mute when you are when one emotion is dealing with another emotion. And in most cases, the violation comes because people are usually the policy officers are coming from an emotional state that's not predicated on facts or truth. So it doesn't make sense to go at them from the emotional side because you would lose.
Correct. Absolutely correct. 153% at least correct.
It's
I'm
very
trying to tell
similar to
you,
the
like,
people who think that mere awareness is going to change something. And so I'll be there. You guys already know, observing other people's community on my off time, and I'm like hearing all what they're saying, and it's like, when we gonna get to the the knit and grit? When are we gonna get to the pen to paper? When are we gonna get to prosecuting? Or we just want people to use their platforms and their voices to bring awareness. I'm like, what? I got blocked because I tell people stuff like having a mass of people behind you, but everyone is equally ignorant. How is that to your benefit?
no, that's not even how colleges are set up. Because eventually you're gonna have people learning. You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah, that's the same as the policy officers who have a room temperature IQ.
That's right, Alpha and Omega. Risk
That was
management,
actually funny.
federal torts, all of that. They have they have charters. We go over that in our class, Pigpen. So those who are not aware of what that even means, take advantage of our 50 off coupon for all of our
Word.
workshops. Don't sleep on Pigpen, guys. That TRO against the city. That's what we're talking about in Pigpen.
Do you get a link for that?
Yeah, affiliates, put your links.
Word.
Affiliates, put your links.
Since it's $50 off, the promo code is 50 off. I just been
Yes.
posting the courses link overall, so you guys can kind of, have a
Peruse.
lala day with it, right? Feel like you want to gift somebody or something.
Snow says applied knowledge is power. That's right.
Word.
That's it. People say knowledge is power. But if all 320 million alleged Americans here, who is not aware, for example, of the corruption in the government? Who's not aware?
Yo, the awareness is there, but what I'm
Wake it up.
recognizing,
Congress. I'm
yo,
talking about from Congress. Y'all know what I'm saying?
Wake it
yeah,
up. Wake them up.
The House of Representatives, the senators. Are we not aware?
All them.
How
All them.
many of us? What percent? I know we're all guessing, but what percent of the 300 plus million do we think is aware of the corruption?
Less than 3.
Less? I think maybe 3% don't know.
I think some people
Yeah.
join. I think people join for the corruption. Like, oh, I'm gonna get
Perhaps,
blanketed.
perhaps, but
You know,
that
I could
still
be
means that
wrong.
they're aware of it.
True
Yes,
to a certain. Yeah, that's why I was about to
they're
say like
aware of it. That's why they're
100%.
like,
Let me
"Ooh, put
stop.
me in the game, coach."
It sounds like we need
Yeah.
to do a poll.
How many
Word.
people you think? We're just guessing, but you guys put in the chat. What percent of people you think are aware of the corruption, yet the corruption persists?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
How
If we're
many
talking,
people? How many people are blue pill?
I don't know what that
Probably
means.
a
I don't
lot.
know what
I
I
mean,
I don't know
was
what
about
that
to
May I,
shit
say,
means.
what
may I
does
ask a
that mean?
So blue. I don't
80%.
know what blue
may
or
I,
red.
may
I
I
don't.
may I
I
ask
don't
a
try to.
follow up?
How about the
Chill
green
pill.
pill? How about we take the green pill? Everybody get their ass out in the yard, dig up that goddamn lawn, and grow some food.
May may
Know
may, may
what's
I
in it.
I think
may I
there's
ask a
Hallelujah.
follow up question?
a good percentage knows, because look what's going on in Minnesota, all their fraud going on here. They're all bitching about it, but what are they really doing about it? Like,
They don't know what to
nothing.
do.
right?
Only the
That
people over here at Lawful Living might know what to do, even if we might do it incorrectly.
And
we
that's why I
learn.
was about to ask why. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this goes back to the scamdemic where they were saying, oh, the election was stolen. So you're right. There's a lot of people that know there's corruption going on.
A lot.
So that's why I'm like, why? That's my follow up question to Malika's question. You know what I mean?
Why what?
Why does the corruption persist?
It's
That's my
profitable.
follow up
Because
question.
there are a lot of people who are willing to acknowledge it, but not everyone wants to do something about it. Going back to what Malika was sharing with me the other day, it's like, okay, you find out there's a problem. What's your action plan? Because, like, knowing the problem, doing nothing about it is equal to you still being a part of the problem.
yeah, because we have people that know it's happening and don't know how to go about it.
Okay.
Correcting it, so to speak. And then we have people who just don't know, and people who just who want to,
The people who know something is going on but don't know what to do about it. What percent of the population do we think is that?
a lot.
So
I think it's
in
like
That's very
my
high.
60%. I
opinion,
think it's
at least
I think
90% of the people are aware there's a problem.
yes, I
Okay.
agree.
And at least 90% of those people that are aware there's a problem don't know what to do, which is why they get together on social
Where
media,
the
hold hands
kids
and
don't know.
kumbaya,
The kids don't know. They don't
and
know.
shared videos where everybody is just like, there's corruption, there's corruption. We were
Is that
already on a
why
call last
Congress?
night. Y'all already know.
Is that why Congress has a 6% approval rating?
The kids are
That's
looking
94.
towards Christmas. They don't know.
I
Oh,
still it makes me think to a certain degree if I was to
Well, ain't that part of the problem? If that's that coach, my kids ain't thinking shit about Christmas.
Exactly.
That part.
If
Like,
your
Who
kids are
who
still
gonna pay
into
for
if
that?
your kids are still
Hey,
into Christmas,
hey,
you are part of the
is
problem.
the
exactly.
taxes paying for those Christmas presents?
If
Come
if
on.
you're if
But
you're if
taxes is the next problem. Going back to what I said a couple of weeks ago, you don't gotta pay that shit,
it's not
and
it's
so
not ours to pay.
people are still doing it out
Income
of
optional.
stupidity or whatever word you want to use to attach
Fear.
to it.
It's a
Fear,
combination
Indoctrination.
of
and
fear and
you
stupidity.
showing them, and this
Indoctrination.
like okay, the thing is literally says voluntary, and
Hush
I
now.
mean that one is
Go
a
pay
word
your
Watch
I
your mouth.
learned
taxes,
in like
lady.
Watch your
fourth
mouth.
grade.
Watch your mouth.
So you
y'all
don't
are
Yeah.
know
hilarious.
voluntary means? Like that's
Well,
not my
You
fault.
know,
Like I
also,
understand I don't know how to sue somebody because I never did that shit before.
Yeah,
So
but the
that's
oh,
thing
why
about
I
it
need to
is, the thing
learn. But
about it
I'm
is
saying
that
like
there's forms,
voluntary.
and there's one two steps. And so I know this is the Newbie Tuesday call, and there's still people that are gonna be like, how do I fill out a UCC correctly?
I saw I saw the secretary picking up a pen off the floor, and I saw her every bit of Christmas.
Oh, Steven. Why did you say these
Oh,
things?
Steven.
Steven's like, Bobby's not here. I'm gonna take over for everybody.
Wow.
Bobby ain't here no more. Here I
Bobby
something,
come.
Christmas.
Malika,
Bobby Christmas.
I think I have some sort of an idea on this whole aspect of it. So you have people that the
He had
false
an idea.
evidence appearing real. So you
Okay,
have
okay.
people that are looking at a system that's not real and they are believing that it's real. So then you have people that are trying to figure out how to maneuver within the system, believing in the things that the system offers. Now, one of the things that I love about like what you guys are doing with the homesteading is that you are showing that you don't have to depend on the system to actually live and exist.
You're welcome. Because I started doing this in 2011 before I even knew anything about any of y'all or any of this law stuff. I just knew I was not going to have the government raising my children and feeding my family because they're lying ass pieces of poop.
Yeah, we were going against my wife and I. We were going against the vaccination in order to get into school, and we were doing documents then saying, "Oh, you ain't gonna
Word.
stop our kids from going in there because we didn't get
We're
a
going to
jab."
force our
We were
way
doing it
into this
before the scam
indoctrination
demic.
camp. I'm about to sue y'all and put my kids in that
So you're
BS.
saying that Santa Claus isn't real?
I mean, for
Satan
the
Claus.
pagans who want to continue to believe it, it will always be real.
I mean, the objective of somebody literally coming from the North Pole on a sleigh pulled by deer that lands on your roof and then falls down your chimney to come into your house and doesn't take anything but quote unquote milk and cookies.
Yes, that story is
That
true.
story is the story of the government. That
If
story is the
It's an
one,
story of the government
imagination.
itself.
I
Just
mean, let's use a
imagination.
little bit
There
of
was
exegesis here.
dragons.
Just a little bit of exegesis, if we may. I mean, that story is
Come on, Hassan.
absolutely it's absolutely true,
Yes.
provided one is looking up in the northern hemisphere. No, no, if we're not looking up, we're not looking. Oh, there's the deer, Capella, that fixed star, which
I
looks like a
told y'all the
deer
other day
held
I
on the
bought a
shoulder of Auriga,
Oh,
Wow.
see the deer.
the
Oh,
constellation
the deer.
Auriga. Hold on one
Yeah.
second, Steven.
So the
And then
fantasy
what's
of
but
Disney not real?
the landing on your roof and giving you
that's
presents.
Cepheus. If you look at the
Yeah.
constellation Cepheus,
Landing
which
on your
is
roof
hold
though.
on, hear me out. Yeah, hear me out. Yes, because if you look at how Cepheus looks in terms of the constellation Auriga, Cepheus looks like an upside down house. All righty, constellation, which is currently drawn as a man with his
I
foot
got
on the
you.
North
I'm
Star.
following you.
However, now it's like that upside down house has the roof of this man, Auriga, holding this deer, which is the picture of Jesus left the 99 to save the one. That's where that scripture actually comes from, right? However, back to this other part of the exegesis of it, that story is absolutely true, provided people comprehend how the constellational story is being told. And I yield.
Hassan,
I love
he's such a
Hassan
Oh,
water.
stuff.
Hassan.
Hassan is so good.
But
He's so good.
also
I
You're
think
F
so
it's
good,
send
man.
Satan Claus.
Hassan, you're so good.
Satan
Y'all
the
are
Oh my
Claus.
hilarious.
God.
Y'all
Satan
are
Claus.
hilarious.
So,
That's for your wallet. That cloth for
You
your
can have
wallet.
that one. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
I
the
think
F
fantasy
to
of
go
Satan
back to the
Claus. I
wallet
don't care what
thing.
y'all say.
and the
Hassan
fantasy of
Claus.
Y'all
Disney, like
y'all
Disney,
are
and also a
hilarious.
mouse in the fantasy. How about that? Disney is a fantasy.
Man, let's not even get
Word.
into that part.
But I think like on a bigger, well, including what Hassan said, like it's just generated to take people's quote unquote doll hairs. Because in January you have New Year's, in February you have Valentine's, in March you have
Now
spring
those are
break,
actual distractions for real.
Don't forget April
and
Fool, Fool,
then
Fool,
St.
April
Patrick.
then
Fool.
you have Thanksgiving and Black Friday, and then you have Cyber Monday, and then
Don't
you have
forget Small Business
Christmas, and
Saturday and Gifting Tuesday or some shit I heard
yeah,
today.
and then friendship because of Columbus. Really?
Yeah.
Can I
What
ask?
Um,
happened to the indigenous people?
You
but
know
you
what?
Oh,
guys get the
You know
point
what's
though.
funny about that word indigenous? Do you guys actually think that some people came from like someplace else besides Earth?
Indignation.
No, do you guys think people came from someplace else? When we say things like indigenous, are we implying that at least after the Anunnaki did their bullshit, that some of us came from someplace else?
Right. That's man. Don't get me started on that.
I
IG
mean,
Playing
Ig,
according to
negative
my
Ig.
mud.
understanding or comprehension of the Bible, other planets exist.
I'm not
So
talking about
I
other
don't
planets. I'm
know.
just asking if necessarily
We still
I'm
on Earth.
asking if when we say things like indigenous, are we implying that others came from those other places after the Anunnaki? I'm just wondering.
Yeah,
Hmm.
well,
Is that what we're
I mean,
saying? Because we love to say things like indigenous.
Asking for a friend.
So
Asking for a
where's
friend.
everybody else from? Where's
Right.
everybody else from?
That part.
yeah,
I
some
just
people
want to
came
know.
from the rectum.
Shut up, Steven!
Steven,
Oh my
Steven's on
God!
the road today.
Keep Steven on mute.
Jesus Christ, Steve.
Steven's gonna have to go in the corner and not the same corner Hassan be in. Okay.
They haven't even killed them.
Jesus Christ. Pause.
A different corner.
Yeah, there's no seats
Opposite
over
corner.
here. Seats tight. No, I'm
Man.
joking.
Oh man.
Because even with that, Malika, it's just amazing. You watch how government utilizes certain stuff, and even with how Trump or the different parties like to categorize things, it's almost like, well, hey, we need to close up the border and do this. And I'm like, well, last time I heard or that I saw, Mexico was part of the North American continent.
Yeah, but we don't want their tax slaves coming over here.
They're too dark in the south. It's too
We're
dark
really
down
great.
there.
We're
They
really
have
great
nothing.
at
We like
making
Canada though. We like Canada.
we're really great at making music records. We're really great at breaking Guinness Book of World Records. However, when it comes to the record in civil form, I think that may be where we
Damn.
need to
Man,
put a lot more
Okay,
attention.
Hassan came from way over there.
Sign, the record doesn't
We real good
reflect.
at making violin records. We real good at making sports records. But what's up with this court record?
Correct.
right.
Exactly. The
It's
record
like
doesn't
Teaching you
reflect.
how to not be a slave, though.
The record
Why would they
reflects.
do
You need a
that?
different record, my man.
I want to be good at making court records, and if you with me, you know what I mean. We
Rick, put
ain't
your
got to,
hands up.
you know what I mean, for real. Like, you know what I'm
Don't
saying?
shoot. Don't
And
shoot.
they reward you for bringing records that cause mass distraction.
100%. They rewrote you with a lot of down
Well,
here
I
to do
think
that.
that's what Queen was just saying with in January they have this fake New Year's after the winter just started and nobody bats an eyelash because Malika, let people have fun doing stupid shit.
Man,
Celebrate
that's crazy.
days after, yay, it's winter, time to slumber. Let's have a party. It's New Year's. In February, they raping kids, and we out here talking about Valentine's Day,
right.
It's
and
something
people
every
out
month.
here getting breaking up and getting divorces because they didn't the man didn't remember Valentine's Day. Like, lady, did you plant their seeds yet?
Don't we have a Charlie Kirk Day
Hey,
coming up?
it's
Charlie Kirk?
February. Did you sow
That's
your
horse
tomato
wrestle.
seeds yet, lady? Did you do
Yes, I
it?
got
Maybe.
one tomato right
The
now.
hell?
There's
Did you
something
put
on
your
that.
cucumber seeds in there?
Cucumbers.
Charlie Kirk Day.
It's crazy.
We need a Charlie Kirk Day.
It's something every month, though. If we really be honest, there's something on
Yeah,
that calendar
That's what Queen
every
is trying to
month.
that's what
say.
I'm basically saying. Is the distraction to get
Because
you to spend your
January is
dollars
fake ass New
and
Year's.
whatever.
February, you got Valentine's. That's not a positive thing. Then March,
Alleged.
they give you Easter. Then May, they give you Mother's Day.
Don't
June, they
forget
give you
April
Father's
Fool.
Day and
April
grad.
Fool.
July, they tell you you're free.
Day.
But celebrating this little box here. I don't know what the hell it is in August. Probably some veterans or some stupid shit like that too.
We'll give you
Then
Juneteenth
we
Day.
right
You
back
can
to
have Juneteenth.
Memorial Day and some other
What about
shit. And then we
what
right
about
back to
But what
Juneteenth?
Thanksgiving.
about Labor Day? That
That's the one
that they say
I don't
everybody
never
is
How
remember
about
that shit.
President's Day? There you go.
Ooh.
Statutory President's Day.
My
I'm just
express
saying
view,
they
if I
give it
may.
all year. And if anybody conscious says anything about it, we're party poopers.
Yeah.
If
Oh, I
I'm
get Cinco. I
You
get
become
Cinco de Mayo.
anti-American.
if I may, I'll just say, if I bring it back to earth, from me, if I was to take the Satan's claw statement, right? Now I would think to myself, if Satan's claw is a foot, right, and it is to make people spend money, then whose hand is grabbing the wallet? And
You
whose
know, it's
claw is it
funny. It's
then?
not even the making people spend, right? It is literally the be distracted from your destruction part.
Yeah.
Because here's this next party in front of your face. Here's this next. You're not able to spend invest, not spend, invest enough time in critical thinking and in
Mm-hmm.
actual doing. Do you guys know
So,
that all manner of racism was implemented by the government itself?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Do y'all realize
All
yeah,
that?
right,
Do y'all
right.
realize apartheid and the separation and this that? Like
right,
it was all orchestrated by the government. Like there wasn't regular people that got together and go, "We just don't like those people over there." Yeah, why? We don't fucking know, but let's go with it. Like
right,
nobody did that. It's always government orchestrated.
The
right.
We
generic
need to
term
make
is called
sure we
divide
can.
and conquer.
Divide and conquer.
It has
So
to
do
be
you do
statutory. We
some
got to
of you
make it
guys may not
statutory.
and it may be on YouTube. You guys can search for it, find it if you can. There was an episode of Oprah that they did an experiment where randomly they gave the audience brown collars and green collars. Does anybody remember that episode?
No, I don't watch her.
I don't
I
Well,
recall.
I don't
remember
watch her
Don't
that
listen.
either, but
years
They
ago.
and
I
I
they
don't
remember
think
that.
I saw it live like when it happened because I was a child.
yeah, it's a white lady who was a
Because F that lady too.
Yeah,
F her too, especially.
Right.
But her Oprah too is what I'm saying. But that's not the point. It's not about, whether you like the deliverer of the message, okay? She had a show where they randomly gave some of the audience green collars and some of the other audience brown collars. And they gave one side of the audience special treatment. And the other side just got to watch while the other folks were enjoying stuff. And of course, after a while, some of the people in whatever the collar was that was not being treated well started to complain. And what was interesting to observe is that it didn't seem like anybody on the side that was getting the special treatment saw any problem with it.
No, of course.
And I just was observing that, thinking to myself, it would have been me like, hey, y'all want some of this? Y'all want some? If I was on the side that was getting the stuff, because that's how I am.
So the next T-shirt is "Privilege is a blindfold."
Because it was like, why are you? Somebody go. I'm sure there's a YouTube clip of it. Oprah episode.
yeah.
I
Or
don't
blind
remember what
spot.
year, but again, if sometime in the '90s, I was a child, so I don't recall seeing it like episode as it happened. So I know it had to be some video of it that I saw
Word.
after the fact. But if you just watch that episode and then hear the discussion that came afterwards with why people who were in the side receiving the special treatment didn't take it upon themselves to share or didn't think to ask questions like, hey, what's happening? Why are they being treated like that? Like, are we just, like you say, a blindfold just because we are receiving the special treatment? We don't notice that there's a disparagement. We just over
Because you,
here eating the hors d'oeuvres and our friends are thirsty. They don't even have anything to drink.
because you
We're
can
not
remove a
concerned.
blindfold. You can remove
Malika,
a
isn't that
blindfold.
where that the whole idea of blindsided comes from? It's not that you didn't see, it's that you see something and purposely pretend that you don't see.
Wouldn't that
Slavery.
require you to like be conscious of what's happening?
Oh, that's
And
a
they
lawyer.
wait.
Yes.
They waited until the people who were being mistreated practically like rioted. Okay.
Slavery
Right.
used to be legal or lawful.
Because it's orchestrated by the government, and that's what I'm trying to get everybody to understand. Most of our friends, somebody mentioned, I don't remember who, a few minutes ago, that some people are trying to take advantage of the system. Like some people are aware that it's fucked, and then they go, okay, well, I'm just gonna try to save myself or try to save me and my immediate family. So I'm gonna still take advantage of other people's ignorance.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, like that Upton St. Clair quote. It's difficult, right, to get someone to see something if actually seeing it impacts their purse, impacts
Right.
their pockets,
That's
impacts
right.
their
Attorney,
economy. And there
attorney.
seems to be very few people willing to put all of that shit on the line to actually do what is right. It's still going to be right for you. It's still going to be right for your family, but it's also going to be right for the community at large, not just you taking advantage of the community at large or
That's
taking
Every
the
court case
advantage
I've ever,
of the privilege that has been put in place.
every court I've ever been in, I've seen the judges automatically, they pad the attorney's accounts. They
yeah,
do it. They just do it.
that's
Nobody,
they
nobody says anything. Nobody bats
that's
an eyelash.
yeah,
Don
right, because
says
they're getting
people
paid.
are afraid, are scared of the government. Could you imagine we got the Second Amendment and we're scared of the government? What kind of sense that make?
Right.
Yeah, the government, like you say, we talk about here all the time. We talk about capacity. When you say the government, is it the people in the government or the government?
We're gonna
The
say the
goo.
government when it comes to people acting as the government.
Right.
Exactly.
The
Because the
gooberment.
government doesn't exist without people.
Exactly. Capacity.
Yeah.
So is it a lack of knowledge of self then? Because if that's the case, then if one fears what they don't understand, then should one not get understanding then? Because if
You
government
know
is
what's
there
interesting? That
by the
requires
people,
perspective that the issue is that you don't comprehend. Because a lot of times we observe things and we don't know what it means. And sometimes
Right.
we might misinterpret what it means. And based on that misinterpretation, we also take wrong action.
And that's why the government really drives the idea that they're your parent, so they can be your authority.
Do you think it's the government doing that? Because it's not that the government doesn't have authority over anyone.
Yeah, they claim parents betray.
So just because I have authority, for example, over my children, right? My young ones, I can, my 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 5-year-old, 8, whatever, right? And I speak with authority when I'm talking to them, does that mean that you should perceive my speaking with authority to mean I have authority over you or your young ones?
Mm,
How
that's a
you
good
gonna are
point.
you gonna blame me for speaking assertively about or to who I do control? Who to say, oh, look at her talking so stern to those kids over there. She must think she's my mom. I
I
bet
think
you
it
I
goes.
don't.
authority,
I think it goes back to what you always talk about, Malika, where the question has to be who is my or who is the authority over whatever the circumstance or situation is.
And you're indoctrinated as soon as you're born, where they need, like, you're not even alive unless you have a birth certificate. That's
But
what they're trying to indoctrinate.
even the Bible says, "My people perish because of lack of knowledge."
And
may I add to that wisdom? Because authority doesn't have license to interrupt possession. So when we think of the two things that are called title and possession, we'll say possession is 9/10 of the law. And I remember in a couple classes ago, Self had brought up and said that the other 10th is title. So even though one may have
Well, it
title,
should
that's
say
the
it
authority.
should say that 1/10 is paper because possession is title. So I
Mm,
understood what he meant. He
Got
meant
you.
paper, not the other 10th is paper because title is possession.
right.
Got you. I was taking it in the if I'm just going, I'm gonna finish it up in the terms of driving Miss Daisy, where Miss Daisy has title of
Right.
the automobile. However, Morgan Freeman's character has possession as driver.
Correct.
Okay, so that was where I was drawing my my point on that notion. So if that's the case, in no way, shape, or form can Miss Daisy physically interrupt Morgan Freeman's character in being behind the wheel because it will endanger them both. That's the point I'm making. She would have to make a formal request at least. You know what I mean? Provided there's no actual danger while he's behind the wheel. That's the point I was making in terms of the conversation we're
Got
having,
it.
and
I
I
got it.
yield.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Where
Gratitude.
someone in possession can have superior control over the paper title
Owner.
holder.
Correct.
Sounds familiar.
Correct.
So that's employment, which
But you,
is driving Miss Daisy.
That's
If
true.
and if
That's
that's the
true.
case, if that's the case, then and we're talking employment, think about how many people are deprived of possession. Then I won't
right.
name anything
Well, I will
particular.
I will say
And Miss
this,
Daisy's
and
consenting to
hold
him
on, hold on.
driving it
I want to
too.
say this point. A true owner is still considered to be a possessor, regardless of if they're in control of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
A true owner is still considered a possessor, even if it's your uncle staying in the house for the week or the month or whatever.
But the
So
true owner can be complicit with the fraud or
no,
complicit
no,
with
I'm
it.
just saying in
That's what,
general. In
yeah.
general, a true owner is still considered a possessor, even if the property is in the hands of another. In that case, possession, when it says possession is 9/10 of the law, it's as if like while an employee or agent is in possession of the thing that they don't own, they're physically holding it, they are still responsible 100% for that possession. Let's say they use it against somebody else. You won't
Correct.
be able to hold the actual owner liable, even though they
Correct.
are the true possessor, because at the time relevant, it was in the hands of an agent.
Correct. And I have seen that in certain case laws still be considered possession. So that's why I only chose the word like that. However, the picture you're drawing and the way you're articulating it is absolutely true.
That's why lawyers don't like holder in due course. They want you in a position where they can have attack you on your rights,
Yeah,
your right
well,
of possession.
and people who let
Question.
attorneys smack them around, bogus. Stop letting it do it. Stop letting them do it.
Smack them,
Word.
smack them.
Someone says I got pepper sprayed for no reason while I was in jail in 2023. Months down the line, I had a seizure due to sepsis because of the pepper spraying, and they left me in the cell passed out for 12 hours. A month before I got out, I had another seizure. I imagine I can sue them. Just got to study the info. What?
Well, no internal regulation right there
You see,
internally.
this is why even in the public fool system, they should I refrain from saying they should because they don't care nothing about you. And they don't care anything
Mm-mm.
about the skills, the actual skills you have. But because it's the public fool system, they could show people about the tort claims, for example. Because not saying that we are limited due to so-called statutes of limitations, but there are certain actions that are considered barred, and they will not yield you remedy if you do not do them within a certain time. So if you don't learn that as soon as your rights are abridged, violated, or even tested by a public agent, that the correct reaction is an immediate tort claim, and they have a limitation for them to pay out and or acknowledge before you go on to the next step, which is a full-on suit. You have a certain
Sounds
amount of time, and we are like, it's not common knowledge. Can we make it common knowledge, guys? They
sounds like a
breathe in
great
your direction, tort claim. They
sounds
touch
like
you,
a
Yes,
tort
we
claim.
can. I'm
sounds like
speaking
a
my
They
great
touch
shit.
your
segue
car,
to get to
tort claim.
tort
They
class.
look hard at your child, tort claim them. If they just start staring at your child, I don't care if your child 17 and a half, sue them. I don't care if their 18th birthday is tomorrow. Come
Tort,
for them.
tort, tort, tort.
I'm working on one right now, Malika, because the policy officer pulled me over and took my place.
Oh, tort claim.
Took
Plates.
my
Oh
place.
wow.
Tort
Yeah, talk.
claim
Still have
them.
my plate too.
Why
They do that? Why they do that?
We know why they
Because
did it.
they
They're
said that the
C
plates were
minus,
not.
D plus students, hating ass mofos that got abused, picked on as being the wimp in public fool system. So now they joined the force so they could be protected while they try to unsmall their thingy by bullying others behind the
Funny,
badge.
They
It's
were
funny
always
because
second player
I
growing up.
stumped one of the
It's a
That's
game,
I
right.
not a
stumped one of the
club.
officers. They were trying to say, well, you didn't get these from the Department of Motor Vehicles.
Thank you
I
for
said, but doesn't
noticing.
the Department of Motor Vehicles
Thanks for noticing I
I
didn't get
said,
them from
doesn't
the
the
Department of
Department
Motor
of
Exactly.
Motor
Vehicles.
Vehicles
Jurisdiction, like they own the road.
like
You didn't
crazy?
get these from where I
Like
got mine from.
these are not even our police cars say California exempt.
Whose
And I
highways are
just looked
these?
at them. Not a reason. Now, this is the interesting portion. Now, of course, I was getting ready to literally go in and I was in the middle of an order. So my customer had come outside and I was like, you know what? I do not want to cause a scene in front of these people's place. But the officer was being belligerent, even though I wasn't being abrasive.
Because
I
they
had
came with a chip
to
on their
ask,
shoulder. They came with a chip on their shoulder.
I
That's
had to
why
ask him. I was
that's
like,
California
why when
chip.
Coach
No
said,
pun
"Why did you do
intended.
that?"
Chip.
Because they're dumb. And they have a
right,
chip on their shoulder
right.
from being
California
abused in
highway
school
chip.
and bullied in school, and now they get behind the titty metal, and now they trying to turn the tables and take it out on
It's,
everybody who they thought was picking on them in school.
it's all
It,
right because one thing he didn't notice when he handed me those tickets, I put under duress.
Oh,
and as a James Bond movie says,
woo!
license to kill.
Yes,
Uh,
yes,
like
y'all
under
need to clap
duress, and
that up. Somebody's
I'm
actually
looking at
doing it right from jump.
I'm looking at him. I'm like, okay, bro. Wait till y'all get this tort claim. Keep talking that trash.
Sometimes you gotta zip it and put your whole energy into what you put in your paperwork. I want to show you guys something.
Exactly.
Speaking on that, thank you for sharing, Ed.
Of course.
I want to show
I
you guys.
couldn't
They
I
gave
couldn't wait to get to Tuesday to share that with y'all. I was like, wait
yes,
till Malika hear this.
yes.
Word.
So I gotta show you guys some receipts of wins. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Yes.
I
I want to
Winner,
get.
winner, chicken dinner.
I'm still waiting on my on the 1040 to get
so
completed.
many people have said that. But
I'm
let me
still
tell
waiting.
y'all, just like a month and a half ago, I think it was, or the beginning of last month, we had a woman share that all three of her kids got their box 1, 2, 4, and 6, guys, but still hasn't gotten hers.
Wow.
All three of her kids, all three. Maria, if you're on, hey, hey.
That
She
is
was like,
interesting.
she's like, I got good news and I got bad news. What's the good news? All three of my kids got theirs. What's the bad news? I haven't gotten mine.
But it's still being reviewed though, so that's not necessarily bad news.
It's not, but she's doing it for her kids and they already
Right.
got theirs. And so
Hers
she's
must
like,
be bigger.
it
Hers
is
must be
bigger.
much bigger.
Yes, because of
Yeah.
course all of
You
our
got it.
children are young adults. So, you know, they their shits is small. All right, so our son got a ticket. Can y'all see my screen?
What?
But the little one validates
Yes.
the big one.
Okay. Y'all see this ticket here?
Yep.
Y'all see this ticket here? But then look at the dismissal.
What?
Can I just say that I was there when he opened this, like the dismissal, and I had to read it. Like I read it, like he read it first, and then he passed it to his girlfriend who was sitting right next to me, and then she's like, they're both like, I'm not sure I quite understand. So I'm sitting there just like laughing while they're trying to read it, and then I read it all out for them, and it's like, in the interest of justice?
Yes, in the
Like
interest of justice.
that's how specific you can get, not lack of evidence, lack of witnesses,
Vague AF. In the interest of justice. I'm gonna
in
show
the
you guys.
interest of justice.
I'm gonna show you guys because I want y'all to know we didn't do anything. And I shouldn't say we didn't do anything. I should say we didn't do anything this time because they tried to give this same son that's why I made the joke about being 18. So that's the last time they tried to give his ass a ticket, okay? And I don't care. You trying to do something to my baby, I'm coming. I don't care if they 88. If I'm alive, I'm coming. I know
But
some of y'all don't like y'all kids, and that's okay. I don't blame you. Some of y'all raised some assholes. How do I know? Because I got to deal with them.
But this dismissal said without prejudice.
Ah, blah. I want y'all to see the dates. Can y'all see the date?
I think when they said justice, they mean just us.
Yeah, in the interest of
So
just us. It definitely was not in the interest of just them. It was in the interest of all of us.
Where's the date, Malika?
Blurry for me. I
The
can't.
date is
Oh, 11,
where?
23, 25.
11/23/25. Yes. Okay. I want to
Okay.
show y'all the date. What does it say? The date that this dismissal was filed?
It's on the signature
24th.
line the next day.
The
It was
very
probably
next
like
day.
half an hour later because he got the ticket at
What?
like 11 p.m.
Listen to me. They tried to give our son a ticket 3 years ago. Some of you guys saw. Sonny, you gotta repost that video, baby. It's on your old phone.
I know. I'm gonna find it and post it as soon as I
Okay.
can.
So they tried to give our baby a ticket like 3 years ago. And we tort claimed them 2 days after the ticket. 2 days. So he got this ticket on 24th. He called us when he got the ticket. Literally called us parents. We were getting ready to go to sleep. He's like, I got a ticket. I was like, okay, just take the ticket, send it to me tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm like, all right, son, let's get it. And he's like, oh, I forgot it at home. But when I go home, I'm going to send it to you. By the time he gets home, he sees this.
Wow.
Some of you guys might remember a few months ago, we were on live. It might have been a Tuesday. And my manslave got pulled over. Y'all remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
I
then he got
remember.
home in 5 minutes and he's like, they didn't even give me a ticket. Because when they tried to give him a ticket 6, 7 years ago, we did another. Come on, guys. The name is in there. Wherever they're checking, my husband said he went to the policy officer went to the car and came back before he even found the insurance
Wow.
and told him have a nice day.
He reminded me the other day that he was trying to set up his phone to record. And by the
Yes,
time he actually started recording, the cop was already walking back.
already walking back to give. So I got like a 30-second video of the policy officer coming back to the car, which of course I didn't bother to share because it doesn't prove anything. Because you don't have any context. It just looks like he started filming just a short, 20-second, 25-second video and of the policy officer walking back to the car. If he was recording the entire thing so that everybody got a chance to see how fast it happened, then it would have been a meaningful video. So I didn't bother to share it. Because everybody be like, well, what's happening here? Nothing. They leaving my man slave alone like they supposed to. Just like they leaving my son alone, our son alone like they supposed to. But y'all see the check mark that says in the interest of justice, right? Y'all let me know. Do I need to make it bigger? Do y'all
In
see
the
that check
interest,
mark right there? Interest of justice.
I think in the interest of justice means
Yeah,
to
in the
Right.
bottom.
save
Can't see.
finances. We don't
Let
want to
me
spend.
show you. Because his mom is gonna sue you. Interest of justice. Do y'all see this? TikTok?
Man.
This is why I
The
love when the
craziest,
attorneys come on and go, it wasn't your notice that did anything. No, bitch, it was the tort claim. How you like that? Tort, 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 tort,
Yeah, they're
tort.
like,
Yeah,
these
where
people are
that phone
going
make
to,
at?
oh, Mom,
Yes,
one thing
baby.
I want to know is if this dismissal is for both things or just the summons.
Well, we're going to find out because it's not just the summons, it's the whole damn case is gone. So we're going to
Well,
find out.
is it all gone?
Yeah, it's the
Because
whole
the
case.
case,
It's the
I
whole
thought they
case,
made.
not just the summons. So we're going to see if we're going to call, right? Because even if it was just the one ticket, the other one that was given at the same exact time needs to be dismissed for the same reason.
Well, it was just
Wow.
one ticket and then the summons. And from what I could see, that this case number that's on the dismissal is just for the summons.
Yeah, but there's no summons without a ticket. So if the ticket, you understand? They're summoning you for the ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're summoning you for the ticket, but we're gonna absolutely verify.
Word.
Okay, we're absolutely gonna verify because this is what we want for everybody. Get that shit out of here. Interest of justice, bitches. Don't mess with this one over here.
Hmm.
Y'all about to make Malika change her name to Sue.
Sue. Malika Sue.
My last name is Demal. Y'all like that one?
Yeah.
Demall. Sue.
Demo.
Demal. Y'all like that one?
That's hilarious.
Okay. Come
Uh,
on.
question, Malika.
Yes.
You mentioned about the time frame that you
Yeah.
have. What
Yep.
is the specific time
They
frame?
tell you on the ticket. Look at the ticket. It typically says you have 10 days, don't it? Oh, by the way, this is the dumbass that's impersonating me, guys. Right here. Just take a
Wow.
look.
Oh,
Let me show everybody here on TikTok
Yep.
too.
Sure is.
So how do we know? Because on his fake lawful living page, guys, he has his at name. He has his at name. I want you guys to see in this image right here. All I did was search his at name that's on the fake profile. See this at name here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chief
At
dot
punk.
Yason. I just searched it in TikTok and found his stupid face.
Yeah. Shout out to
He is
Lotus
At
because she posted that in her story. I was like, let me send that in the
he is
community.
out here talking about correcting your status. Y'all know I'm not about that bullshit. Why
I was
would he
about to
want to
say,
impersonate
yeah.
my profile?
That's at Jive Turkey.
Look at it.
For you.
How I found out I was a Native American. That's like how I found out I had a mole behind my knee. I just broke my neck and looked like stupid. You found out? Like this is not something you find out. Did you just find out you were a boy too?
Jesus.
Well, what is a
How I
woman?
found out I was a boy. How to be correct in your status. How to correct your Come on, y'all know I'm not about that bullshit.
Yeah, you know that every car made has, they put bumpers on there that have a place for a tag, but they also have the same bumpers with no place to put a tag. They're blank. And you can put those on your
Because the
car.
government regulates car manufacturers, the government dictates that they manufacture cars to accommodate being used by the government, which requires the placeholder for the license. So
But they
it
also
is
have the
not it
blank
is not a
bumpers.
dig on the people who manufacture cars because they make it easy for the government to track the ones that belong to their agents.
Right. And I wasn't doing that. I'm just saying that, there you can get those bumpers and just take yours off.
Or you
Put
could just
your
do nothing. Just get your car and use it and sue everybody that tries to tell you that you need plates from the state in order to use
yeah.
your private um property and exercise your right to locomotion. Be willing
Well,
to
I
sue.
just send my bumpers into the DMV and say, here's your bumpers back.
The whole bumper? Hell no, I'm not giving
Yeah,
y'all
why
shit.
not send the whole
Nah,
bumper in
nah.
there? Yeah.
I prefer to sue you.
It's a
I
bit of an
prefer to be
intellectual.
change my name to Sue and my last name to Demal.
You
Because I'm not gonna go through all of that. I don't want to have to contort myself for any of these mofo's.
you mean like changing your name to not guilty?
Exactly. I'm not changing my name to any of that. Okay.
Hey, yeah.
A bit of an
Malika.
intellectual outburst. Oh, go ahead, coach. Or that's elite. I'm sorry.
I think that might have been Ed. Who said Malika? All right, Queen's iPad. Go ahead with your question, comment, emotional outburst since we lost our guy that just started to speak.
Oh, I was just trying to figure out if I could switch my consultant
Your what?
from the consultant that I have with you. Can I switch it from tomorrow to tonight?
Yeah, you can just go into your email with the confirmation of the event and click the reschedule button.
Okay, because it doesn't have you in the
Making you
calendar
go local?
available, but since I got a time crunch on this ticket thing, I kind of want to get that out the way before I run out of time.
Okay.
It seems like what I was gonna say in my outburst, if I may, Malika, was
Okay.
when listening to you and Steven talk real quick, it just I don't know, I just had that spark and it made me realize that it seems like the motivation of all these groups, whatever they say, you know what I mean, and what we're always reiterating here is that the goal seems like because I think Stephen made the comment of just about something about removing a bumper or something like that, so something doesn't happen. And that just made me think like, so what people actually want is deprivation prevention. And deprivation prevention, I think, gets spoken about when it's brought up about, declaratory judgments, getting these type things
Yes.
so that things are declared preemptively, even
Mm-hmm.
like, in certain consumer law situations, you know how injunctive relief is the only remedy. You know what I mean? So it's like there are things that can be done preemptively because it seems like no matter what is being spoken about in any of these circles, what seems to always happen to my perspective is people just want deprivation prevention. And I yield.
They want the only thing that can prevent deprivation is education.
I was just being an asshole.
Do you guys realize that? Education of the agents. This is why just like bratty little children, you got to have a little bit of compassion.
Word.
It's not that you're wrong, that you want to just pop them in the mouth, but you can't because that is going to stop the expression that needs to be handled.
Yeah, it needs to develop.
It
Correct.
needs to like come out so that it could be brought to light and handled. So if you just pop them in the mouth every time they start getting hot, you will not be able to take full advantage of the opportunity to teach them, to educate them, to meekly instruct them, and not allow their bratty behavior to like take us out of character, if you will, or take us off course to make us like just explode. You always have to come with that heart of peace and mind of compassion, that regardless of if this man or woman agent might become a brat or act bratty, we will not allow that to sway our holding them up in the highest self that they can be. Like, I know that if we can do it, if I can do it, anybody can do it, for real.
Right.
Even
Yeah.
the C and D and F plus students, I have faith that they can, that they are capable.
Yeah.
It's
Even if
just
the cops know.
who has ever been willing to sit with our brother or sister and help them through before I have to shoot you, right? Hey, let's talk it out.
The foot.
Because I got the Second Amendment in my back pocket, literally.
That's a notice.
Okay?
Well, yeah, you just have to. Oh, man, that's funny.
I have it in my
Oh,
back pocket.
You'll notice you got your Second Amendment in your back pocket.
In my back pocket. I already showed everybody on the live last night. Don't make me pull it out again right here.
okay, gun. G. Okay, G.
Okay? Come on. I'm thinking of the future teens. Right. We have to be willing to meekly instruct them for real, guys. That's the only way. People think, if I get my private plates, will they leave me alone? No. If I redo my tag, will it leave me alone? No.
No,
No, they won't.
but
If
but
you
you gotta.
if you torque claim their ass, they might leave you alone. If you
But then
get a restraining order on them, they'll absolutely leave you alone.
they might slide back into their revenue generation stuff, and you got to correct them again.
And you gotta, I might have to just sue you for another 500,000. I'm not
Yep,
sad.
500,000.
It's the enforcing your right, and then a lot of people don't understand what rights they actually have, and then you just believe. I think it goes back to the whole idea: a person can read a document and they can infer not what it actually is telling you you have the capability to do, but you are inferring from it what somebody else's opinion of it is. So if you believe that a policy officer has authority to do whatever they feel they want to do to you, guess what? You're right, but you're not right.
I mean, in a predatory system, it is that people get to do whatever they get away with doing.
That are correct. But if you understand your right in it, it doesn't mean that they won't still try to
Try
violate
you,
you.
right?
Right. They're still going to try to violate you. It's just it's incumbent upon you to understand.
Absolutely, because there are people who say things, and I've said this before. They're just haters, and they say things like, "Well, the Constitution exists. Why aren't your rights already protected?" The Constitution is the piece of paper. You got to have something in your back pocket for their ass when they try to breach the paper that they took an oath to. You got to have it
That
in your back pocket.
that's why it's on there.
I think so, but there are lots of people who, even when some people are trying to do it prematurely, they're trying to pull the second out prematurely, and then there are others that won't fill it out, won't pull it out, even if the boot is physically actually on your neck, because we're pacifists. We think that our adversaries will just grow a conscience and be like, we're just tired of enslaving them right now. We're just gonna let them go. It don't work like that. First, I will appeal to your reasoning, and then I will appeal to the second. First, we're going to appeal to the First Amendment, and if that don't work, we're going with the second. Anybody with me?
I'm with you on that.
Yep.
But there's some who don't want to do the second. They're just like, they're not going to do anything, Malika. Clack, 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 clickety, clack. And they're just pacing. My friends are out here like, I'm not talking to them no more, Malika. I'm not, whenever you say, whenever you ready, we ready. Okay. I'm like, guys, let me help
I
you with your
can't
paperwork.
see. I can't wait to tort claim these bastards because that one officer just had his chest puffed all out, and I'm just looking at him. They sitting up here switching the lights on to try to make sure I don't see what's going on, and I was like, okay. I was like, you just wait. You have no idea.
Meekly instruct them, and that's what made, and that's what's making the video that I want, I just spoke about, Sunny, of reposting, so great, because you guys get to hear that one officer, one highway patrol went from his chest puffed up, busted out with, I said, are we in the United States right now? He was like, y'all remember? Welcome to America. Y'all saw him, everybody saw him go like this. Welcome to America. You have arrived.
Sounds like a barnyard pimp.
No, but then at the end, y'all remember what he said? To send him a copy of the tort claim when I file it. And
That was the
gave me
best.
his business card.
That was the best. He was asking for it. It was great. It was great.
So he gave
Dude,
our son the
word.
ticket at 11 p.m. on a Thursday, and he had the email of the tort claim on Saturday. Saturday.
Wow.
Carbon copy to his ass. And I
shut
don't
his
know
mouth.
what they put in the system with my baby name, but y'all already saw the results. I got another receipt to show y'all. Y'all ready?
Yes.
You know, because like I keep telling people, call me on my bullshit. Some people think calling me on my bullshit is when they go to somebody else's community and listen to that community talk bullshit. But everybody always comes back to lawful living. I'm just saying.
That sounds right.
Because you're
Equitable.
gonna hear our name. You're gonna hear
Right.
Queen. You're gonna hear Hassan. You're gonna hear Malika. You're gonna hear Linnea.
Yeah, if you come back,
Okay.
you can blame it all on me.
And then like the prodigal son. And I don't turn nobody away. I don't turn nobody away. Welcome back. Okay. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. Hold on a second, guys. It's in my email.
And Malika Hassan, the level of BS that's being talked about in these other forums is just demonstrative. It makes no sense. It's amazing because you just listen to people. And since I've been with you guys, I've now been trained to listen. And I just follow the train of the of the dream that's being sold. And I'm sitting back and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, so where is the receipt of
Okay.
what
Word.
you're talking about?
All right,
And people
guys,
be
go
on
ahead.
these calls for 2 hours getting a dream sold to them.
Hopium.
No
Hopium.
substance.
But when you're on those calls for 2 hours, do they ever show any receipts?
Never. And then
Never.
the so-called receipt is not even a receipt.
Yeah. Because half of it might be true, the other half is all
Or it's
BS.
not true, and what they're showing you is more hopium. It's not an actual receipt. You don't see something that says dismiss. You don't see something that says judgment in favor of one of your friends-in-law. You see
Right.
paperwork that they might file or did file, and they think that that's the win. That's not a receipt. So
Here's
everybody
the
can
one
see
that
my.
gets me. Your birth
Right.
certificate is worth $1 million.
No, how about $1 billion? How about $1 billion?
But a zillion.
The first
Man,
person that I heard talk about that stuff, they were serious. They said it with their whole chest. Your birth certificate is worth $1 billion.
They need to go to rehab.
They went.
Oh,
They
Amy
they or
Winehouse.
they could go to HE double hockey sticks because I stopped talking to that mofo. So
Rehab.
let me turn the flip the camera around so y'all can see this.
David might be there already.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, who said that? Some people already know which David. So first thing I want to show y'all, y'all can see my screen, right?
yep.
First thing I want to show y'all is it's two cases because they love to do this bullshit when they give you a ticket. They always like to try to find at least two offenses on you. At least
Right.
they always gotta have two. Okay, I don't know if they're trying to hurry up and hit their quota or what, but they it's two cases. Okay, this is our friend-in-law on lawful living. He's RW like and numbers next to it. So if y'all want to find him on lawfulliving.com and congratulate him, go ahead. Oh shoot, I gotta let me move my computer screen. Hold on a second, guys. Okay. All right, so it says do y'all understand this chicken scratch?
A is valid in Ohio.
Oops, sorry. I'm trying to even it out. Ooh, it's not working. Something valid in Ohio. No
Hello?
OC arose from having somewhat license and residing in Ohio for less than 30 days. Ay ay ay. Ah, sorry guys. It's all over the place.
Hello?
They always writing chicken scratch.
Sorry about that. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, that's my that's my dismissals.
Yeah, see? Our friend-in-law is on. Hey, Rodney.
Hi. One of those arrests was the night he stopped me on my way to work. And I tried to tell him I'm not on the clock. I don't know what you're doing. You're not even supposed to be talking to me. And he had his chest all puffed up. So his buddy said, "Hey, aren't you the guy with the out of state uh driver's license?"
Wait a
And I didn't
minute. The
say
other policy officer suddenly recognized you out of
yeah,
millions of people in the city?
Right.
no, his partner.
That's what I'm
They,
saying. A
they were
policy
riding
officer,
together.
while you're getting pulled over, recognizes you out of all the hundreds of thousands of people in the city?
Yeah, because he stopped me before. This on my way to work, it's a gauntlet of police. So that was the first arrest. The second arrest was when I sent him I sent him I put in a motion you can't compel me, blah
Motion
blah
notice
blah.
to cannot compel to court,
Right.
guys. Come on.
So that I don't know. I think the clerk wasn't passing it. I think she was rubber stamping. So, and I remember you asking me, "Are you prepared to what'll happen when you just don't show up?" And okay, yeah. And 30th, getting off work, a cop, because like a state highway, to get up,
You're breaking up,
go
Rod.
down the street where I work at. Oh, okay, sorry about that.
We could hear the
Can
sorry
you
about
hear me?
that, but go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, well, I was on my way home from work August 30th, and they put the whammy on me. A cop was down at the light. I passed that cop, and like 4 blocks down the street, they dragged that. They swarmed me.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, so they arrested me, and that was the weekend of Labor Day, I believe. The week that yeah. So I thought I was gonna spend the weekend in jail. Anyway, I heard your video after that. A couple weeks after I got out, I heard the video on the. That's why I asked you
You
where I
asked
could
me the
find you.
question.
Mommy barbecue
Yeah,
sauce.
I
Oh,
asked
sorry.
you where could I get the attorney no authority.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, and so I sent when I finally got the 2.0 beat the bar.
Yes.
I I made some I filed it like it's supposed to go to trial because pre-trial I cussed the prosecutor out in the hallway.
Why?
Because he was all the pre-trial was because I went in the courtroom and I said this is going to end today. The pre-trial consisted of everybody sit out in the hallway, prosecutors calling names, and he just go, let's make a deal. So I said, when he came to me, I said, I'm not making no deal. I didn't do anything wrong. So he was like, I said, so he was like, I don't think you were illegal. I said, motherfucker, I don't care what you think.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
So I said, I'm not gonna kiss your ass either. You don't have to kiss my ass. Well, I'll just set it up for trial. I said, fuck you, man. Set it up for trial then. So I filed I don't know if I done it in reverse. I filed a motion to strike for no authority first.
Right.
And then I filed on the morning of, I filed motion to show authority.
Okay.
So he comes down the hall. I'm sitting on the hall. He comes out of the courtroom. Hey, how you doing?
How
Yeah,
I'm
we can just
doing.
we can just dismiss this. We can since
Oh, we're just
everything.
gonna dismiss it. Why don't you want to answer my questions?
So that's what you see right now. So
Did he
I
say it was
was
Wendy Williams that came out to talk to him? Is that what I heard?
whoever the
Might as well
prosecutor.
be.
How you doing?
So
Okay.
so how you doing? But anyway, he said, what about that tort claim you got? I said,
Oh,
what tort?
wait,
He
hold
said,
on, hold on. Why he asking you about it? How he know
I
about
filed,
it?
because I filed one.
Oh, onto the case or with the
Yeah,
agency?
onto the case. Yeah.
Oh,
Whoop, whoop.
y'all hear this?
I loving that.
So so I didn't
Word.
tell him I'm also going to a higher realm or whatever.
Yeah, the tort claim is supposed to be filed with the risk
This
management department of the ticketing agency.
right. That's yeah. The risk management here in Portage County, the risk management is like the like a city councilman.
Yes, it's
So I
typically
took it
something
over.
like that.
Yeah, so I took it over to his office and gave him the copy. And still waiting. Still waiting to see what they say about that.
So let me tell you, Rodney, first of all, congratulations. What they typically do when they get the tort claim is dismiss the case or cases, hoping that you drop the tort claim or they can just ignore it.
Right.
They figure, oh, well, they must have just filed it so that they could get the case dismissed. Remember, they try to tell us, guys, you don't get a case dismissed by filing a tort claim. And I agree, you don't get a case dismissed by filing a tort claim, but often filing the tort claim sometime after, even if you don't want to say it's what made it get dismissed, it gets dismissed. Anybody on here know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, file the tort claim.
We filed a tort claim. Tort claims procedurally are not what are used to get cases dismissed. They are not the equivalent of a motion to dismiss. However, we have noticed in our experience, either direct personally or through helping another, that we file the tort claim and then cases most times, not every time, get dismissed.
I object.
We don't even have to disqualify the judge.
Right. I object. Bring that case.
The
Bring it.
tort claims is not about pages, because most cities and or states have their own tort claim form, and there is no need to give more information than what's on that form. So
They're
even if
usually
you
about a
don't wish to
page.
use the form, if you simply put the information that's requested on a form on your own writing, that it'll take care of it. So a link is not an issue or a concern or anything. Gratitude for sharing again, Rodney, and congratulations once again. It is a big deal whenever any of us wins anything. We don't care if it's a parking ticket, a jaywalking ticket, a traffic moving violation, anything else. It is an equivalent win.
Results
That's
coming soon from Alameda County.
That's the first time that ever happened in my life. So I was happy as hell. Out of all the times I've been to jail and things of that nature, all the times I volunteered going, now that I know, see, when you don't know, you don't know. But after listening to you and this group, it's like, damn.
Doesn't it feel good to be able to tell him to go fuck himself?
It really did. It really did. And the thing is, those people are arrogant. They really are.
Yes.
Yep.
How long have you been with the lawful living community, Rodney?
Since you started it.
Do you remember what year that was?
21, I think.
Okay, y'all hear that?
Word.
Yeah.
2021.
Sounds good.
That's when I started the app. Rodney was one of our first members of the app. He was one of our first members of the group. I shouldn't say one of the first members, but I mean, with so many thousands now, definitely in the first quarter of that. Okay. Every time Rodney comments, he calls me TNT.
Yeah.
TNT.
Boom.
Every Facebook post, Rodney be like, "What's up, TNT? Dynamite."
Yeah.
Okay. When lawfulliving.com began, it was an app in the App Store. That's how long Rodney has been with us. Okay.
Oh, I missed that.
Wow.
A lot of people miss the app, but the people who didn't experience the app, they don't, just don't even talk about it. Shh.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you popped up when I was reading Eddie Craig's stuff, and you popped up in there, and that's when I found you. I found you, baby.
I remember that Eddie Craig thing we did too, Malika. That's interesting.
Yeah, you remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh man. Yeah, you were in there. That's good.
They know Malika in Spokane. They be in the police department talking about she dropped the bomb on me.
Well,
Baby,
I've never done anything. I've never done anything under my own name, but like I said, with what you guys have witnessed with our son, some of you witnessed it firsthand when my man saved because we were on live. He texted me and said he got pulled over, and I was like, "Oh, they pulled my man safe over," And then like 5 minutes later, he was in the room, and I was like, didn't you just send a message saying they pulled you over? So, and I have no direct method on how to get on anything called a do not detain. That's mostly BS, okay? People are
Right.
taking something that's a technical issue. So, for example, the do not detain is related primarily to misidentification because people have similar names. And so when they run into that issue, they will put do not detain, like this false, person who you should be looking for. Don't
Right.
arrest this guy when you're supposed to be looking for that guy. Is
Right.
basically
Well,
what it
the
is.
warrant on the
And I'm
computer
not and
screen.
I'm not saying that we're on any type of do not detain list. I'm saying
Right.
that the pattern is beginning to suggest that they put something in somewhere where
Right.
when your name or is ran, either both the first and last or just the, I don't know. Maybe they just don't want to take any chances when they see that 4-letter name that start with a D. I don't know.
Remember when my son got talked to by a police officer at Walmart with that switchblade, and they ran his name and decided not to issue him any tickets or
Of
trespass?
course.
And they
See?
called me to make sure to let me know he is on his way home
We
with
didn't
no
do
tickets.
anything, Queen of Torts. Don't tort us. Don't.
Right? They're like, "Oh, shit, babe, put that one back. Put it back."
That's the lady name that be torting everybody.
They put that one back.
Put this one back on the shelf.
I read that whole case of Michael Brown, the investigation into the Ferguson Police Department, and they put all of the things that they know is direct violations on page 16 of the report. And one said that when it's 4 tickets or more, it's direct evidence of misconduct.
4 tickets or more, they mean like all at once or in
If
general?
it's all at once, if it's 4 or more tickets, it's evidence of misconduct.
If it's even a warning and they were not supposed to be talking to you, it is a deprivation and a violation. Period.
Well, they were going through that, and I would say I would read that page. They make it real clear on page 16 of the investigation of the Ferguson Police Department. That was when Michael Brown, Michael Brown, when they killed him for walking in the street.
Again, I don't buy the narrative that they did that to him for anything that he did.
Right.
I don't.
I don't think they did it to him for anything that he is or anything that he did. Whatever they did is because who they are, and unfortunately, what they are willing to do.
Right.
This is why
Well,
I
they
don't
had a
accept
whole
things when
bunch
people
of
say, "Well, we did that to you because you're a woman, or we did that to you because you're
right.
you're an immigrant, or we didn't." No, you didn't do it to me because of what I am. You did it
Well,
because of
they
what
had a whole
you
bunch of
are.
construction guys
You have
watching,
problems.
and they said they just pulled out their guns and killed them. He just pulled out the gun and killed them, and they were yelling at the cop and everything, the
That doesn't
construction
have
guys.
anything to do with the person that got shot. That person
Right.
It
was just
had
in the wrong
everything to
place at
do
the
with
or
their
in the right place at the
choice,
wrong time.
their decision to take that level of authority as if they had authority to do that.
That level of aggression too.
They just wanted to shoot somebody at that time.
Exactly. And
And
that's
they
what
saw
it is.
someone.
Unfortunately, that's what it is most of the time with these policy officers.
Exactly.
They be watching those, the training they took, and they're like, man, I haven't been able to use this thing. And they want an opportunity to use it. And once that builds up in them, they're the dummies like the movies, right? That be pulling out their gun in the mirror while they're wearing the uniform. Hey, what you say there?
Tanks that they have.
That's what Martin did. That's what Martin did on Blue Street.
They always do it.
Like, why
That's
have
what
a
they
tank
all
if you're
do.
not going to knock people's doors down with it, and
They be the ones wearing their uniform in the mirror, whipping their stupid crap out. What you say there? Dive turkey?
Or a SWAT team, it's like, why have a SWAT team if you're not going to sick them on everybody, right?
Right, right. They gotta, it just like boils up inside of them, and they just gotta try it. They just gotta do it. It's like, what I go through all this for, and I'm never gonna get a chance to use it. They want to jump and dive to the side while they're doing the Trinity thing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They be imagining these things. Y'all trying to tell me you don't think that they be imagining that shit?
Or like that
Yeah.
guy that they killed. I don't remember what city he lived in, but he had said some shit about about Biden or something, and he was like crippled or something. He's like a old man, and they knew that, and they still went in there and raided his house that morning and basically killed him.
Yeah,
And
because I gotta do it. I've been
like,
watching
Right.
all these movies. I gotta express it somewhere. All
And I
right.
rated
Yeah.
evidence
Yep.
to get the
hey, I got a little
substances
update on mine.
Built up aggression.
Go
to
ahead,
motivate.
McGarvey. McGarvey wants to share
Okay, cool.
gratitude.
So, greetings, everybody. How's everybody doing? I pray everybody's doing all right.
We good. Thank you.
Can you guys see me? Hold on. I'm trying to figure out how to turn the camera around.
We can see you.
Okay, hold on. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Okay, I found it. I found it. Okay, all right. I'm struggling, guys. All right, here we go. This
You have,
is
hold on,
fuck
you have some
around and
sort
find.
of
Wait. You have
camera
your
blurring
background
on.
on
It's
blur.
blurry.
Oh my goodness, I am terrible. How do I take the background off?
Wipe off your screen or your camera.
No, you
No,
probably have
it's
to go
a
to
zoom
more
setting.
and remove background
Oh,
Okay, hold on. More. Hold on.
and
More.
remove the background.
Backgrounds and effects. Okay. None. Okay. Boom.
Okay.
All right. Here we go, guys. Hold on. Let me. So, so today I went to the court, or actually yesterday I went to the court to file my assignment, and I had to do my list pendants. But they try to do that same move about the judge how to do something, and you got to go talk to the judge and blah blah blah. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on.
we had payment.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
So anyway, this is a bank-owned property. This bank from Nova Nexus LLC, the guy who was the former person who got conned into paying the mortgage for this property, he passed away like several weeks ago. So I got the mortgage-free class, and I was
Okay.
like studying, and I had and the other classes as well. It was mortgage-free, rent-free, and then some other one. But anyway, you see, I'm cleaning the fridge. This was like an old fridge, but I had the notices. So, but yeah, this is the
Guys,
crib.
this is amazing.
So
Wow.
I changed the locks, and I'm working on everything else as
Oh
far as the
my
paperwork.
God.
The clerk today, when I tried to file the list pendants because they didn't give me the correspondence prior, um, it wasn't. She said that she was gonna let the county attorney know to see, because otherwise, whatever. Because I asked her if she was refusing the filing to give it to me in writing, and she didn't want to make that mistake, I guess. So,
Yes.
but yeah, so this is me fucking around and find out,
Yesterday.
guys. Application.
Yes.
All
Man.
right. Yay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
So
Yay.
You
yeah.
said
Yay.
yesterday or last week.
Wow. We're
So
getting the
I've
little
been
mini
trying to.
tour. We don't care if it's dirty, it's shitty. Please turn it back on. We want to see.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
good, man. That's
So oh sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. So that's what was going on, and I'm just glad because I know just to give like a little emotional outburst, like I had met a lot of different people who were telling me a lot of different things, and then going through like the ups and downs of trying to get this thing right. And then I went to jail for a year and 20 days, and I came out, and then I found the friends-in-law group,
Okay.
which interestingly enough, like I had seen Malika's face in her a post that she made, but it was somebody else using it as information. So I didn't know where she was or who she was, but I'm like, okay,
Oh,
perfect. And I was like, one of the best pieces of information to this day. So in any case, so now I know that I need to know for myself and apply these things for myself, and this is the results thereof. So I greatly appreciate it. I feel like the first time I came on, Malika, I feel like a little toasted. I feel like you flamed me a little bit, but it was good. It was necessary. So I love y'all, and I thank y'all. That's all I had.
we
So,
love
bro,
you
you telling
too,
me that
McGarvey.
you acquired
Congratulations
the property
again.
from somebody who had it in a trust?
No. The person who was here prior, they passed away, and then the mortgage company was trying to foreclose. So I moved up in this joint, and I changed the locks, and it's my joint because banks can't
Get
own
up.
homes.
Banks can't
Okay,
own homes. Tell them
you
again.
heard me?
Yeah, heard.
yeah,
Yeah. So yeah.
you
That's
like
what
that
I'm
Florida
talking about.
guy. You're like that Florida guy with the mansion down there.
Yeah,
Remember that guy? He took.
Congratulations again. That is awesome. That is
yeah.
awesome. They're trying to
So
foreclose and
yeah,
you stepped in. That's a way
yeah,
to go. Very,
and the only
very excited about that.
And the only thing is, I guess, like, I don't know if Georgia is like standard because when I went to go do the queer assignment action, she didn't give me no problems. The person who was there initially, they didn't understand, and because I had the pauper's affidavit too, but then I guess the manager came out and she agreed. She said we got to take it to the judge first, which was procedure, which Cobb County did not follow. But no, sir, no, I'm sorry, my dog out here doing the bad thing. So when 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 we, when I went today, because you also have to do the list pendants. I was gonna put the
Yes.
list pendants, but I wanted to have like the case number, but she started switching up her tone, asking me if I knew what a list pendants was, and I was like, yeah. And then so basically she didn't want to give it back to me. I said, if you give it back, I need something in writing saying that you giving this back or whatever the procedure is.
Well,
So then,
typically you give it to them and they file it and then mail it back to you.
Okay.
So
Okay,
they're not trying to deceive you by keeping it.
Hey, peace,
okay.
brother. So you
Are
already
you
filed the
talking?
key estimate?
Yeah,
Were
Say
he
you
said
at
he
again?
the
just got back.
recorders? Were you at the recorder's
He
office?
said he just got back, Queen.
Okay.
I was at the clerk's office, and then but she printed this out for me, and I was telling her I was about the affidavit of indigence, and I was like, Google. I said, what about the law? And then she was like, we'll just have to forward it. So anyway, yeah,
She went and printed off some stuff on Google.
yeah. I'm like, she's supposed to be the clerk of the court talking about Google. Like you supposed to the law library upstairs, mommy. What you doing anyway? But yeah, that's it, guys. I appreciate the time, and dang, I'm just so
Yes.
thankful. I'm thankful for you guys like
We are
doing that, like
thankful for
putting the
That's
information
a
up.
yourself.
massive
Yeah.
property,
Yes.
bro.
Hey, we love
Congrats,
it
brother.
too. We love you too.
Yes. Another place in Georgia. That's what's up. Near Georgia, I should say.
Near Georgia, right? Near is
Right.
a good word.
Near, very
Near
near, but not
Georgia.
in.
Hey, something I found out with that key estimate though, it's always great when you request that the court appoint what's called a special master.
Okay,
Yes.
The
yeah, I
judge
did.
would appoint. Oh, you did that?
No. I did see that the special master, but I didn't know if that was like a good thing or a bad thing because it was my first time. I
No.
did see the procedure for it, but if you're
Yeah, I
recommending
would
it,
recommend you follow that procedure to have the
Yep.
court appoint the special master. And the
Yes.
would
special
I?
master is just a member of the bar who they would look at the facts surrounding the issue.
Okay, would I amend this complaint or would I submit a new one? Like because I
No.
haven't gotten.
It's a notice, right, Twain?
Not necessarily a notice, but it could just be an amendment where you're asking that the matter be the court appoint a special master.
He might be able to
Okay.
do it by notice or motion. You
Not,
might be
not,
able to.
not I wouldn't do a motion though, but you could just make note of it in the beginning of the key estimate. But you already got it done.
Mm-hmm.
No big deal. I mean, you could do an amendment if possible that it be
Or
brought
just a
or the court must.
supplemental pleading so that he
Yes,
doesn't have to recall his entire thing.
Okay.
yes. That they must appoint a special master.
Yeah, it could be a supplemental pleading, and I mean, you could. I would attempt to do it by notice. A supplemental pleading by notice to request a special master.
That it be appointed to a special master. Yeah, the courts
Okay.
appoint a special master. Yeah.
Okay, I did see that, but I didn't know if that was like a better thing than just the regular. But I will definitely go and get that done. And just to
Yes.
everybody, like this is Newbie Tuesday for sure. And I've been like a newbie, but I've been like a newbie with other people before. So when I come in, I can kind of do. But it's just like practical application, no bullshit, just real. Like you know what I'm saying? No more guru. We should have a commercial. I should be like, I don't know, I don't want to say a poster child, but have a commercial for guru abuse syndrome. I used to have it, and now look at me. Look at me now.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yes.
I appreciate y'all.
You got that from doing, not sitting around and talking about it.
Yeah,
That's
you
it.
were first in line.
That's
First in
that's
line.
the best way to advance from being a newbie. Doing, right?
Instant implementation.
Yes,
FAFO.
instant
Yeah.
implementation, doing it. I'm so
FAFO.
excited. And we
Yeah,
are at
FAFO.
time. Oh,
Hey,
look,
I
somebody
got an
said
update. I got
some
an update real quick on my. I was talking about it last week. they rescheduled that shit again. I just laughed. Just
Are you
laughed.
surprised? How many
No,
times
not
has
at
it
all.
been rescheduled now? This is
Like three
Eldon?
times. No, this is Jake.
Oh, Jake.
Like three or four times. It's just,
Okay, so this is supposed to be a criminal prosecution, right?
oh yeah, well, whatever you want to call it. It's
Yeah, I'm just saying they're calling it a criminal prosecution, correct?
no, it's just driving without a license, and it was for they pulled me up on one of those flock cameras, and he come chasing after me and pulled me over and all that. And so anyhow, they give
Yeah,
me a
but didn't they
ticket.
try to escalate it to say that you were obstructing or some other type of
No,
criminal
no,
something?
that might have been somebody else.
Okay,
But
okay, okay,
in
just
mine,
making
it was
sure.
just here's this here's your ticket, and they didn't
So
even ask me to
wait a
sign it.
minute. This is the third time they're rescheduling?
Right, right. So
Okay,
after I
so
sent
how
the
how
notice,
how many days? Because you the reason why I'm asking is
yeah,
because y'all already know that there's this speedy trial thing, right?
right, right.
And it has a
That's
certain amount of time,
I know.
or
I was
else it's
thinking
in
about that.
violation, right?
Yeah. So I'll give you the dates real quick here. It's let's see here. So
It's usually 45 days.
let me see, pull it up here. I got it
You
right
right
here.
to leave, but they changed it here in Washington after we kept hammering them with it. They
Okay.
actually moved the whole date.
They changed it?
Yeah, if you go
So
back to where we went over it in that first class, guys, if you go to
Yeah.
that section,
Number of days.
Yeah, it was 45 days, but now it's 120.
see, they changed
Wow.
it.
Damn.
Wow.
so it occurred on 8/20 of 25. And then the first appearance was supposed to be 9/15. So, just a little bit shy of a month was the first appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And I kid you guys not, I waited, like I just procrastinated, and it I was supposed to be there at 9 o'clock. I did not get anything filed in time. And I in Illinois, you have to do this fucking mandatory e-file shit, and I'm just like, I don't want to have, we have to do like you're basically in a contract with, or in a relationship with this other person between you and this clerk. You know what I mean? It's like it should be between you and the clerk, not some other third party that can say, well, we didn't get it, or they have all these terms and
Yeah, you
conditions
can't
to
help
where
that. You can't help that because even
I
in
know.
my case, when they invited me and gave me 10 days and I sent in my response, but it goes to like a sorting center.
Right. It's
Because
like
so even when you're thinking that you're mailing it, I thought I mailed it. It wasn't even the
for
e-file.
mailing. Yeah.
Yes, I
I see what
mailed
you're
it and it
saying.
still goes to an alternative location that's not directly to the court. And then they
Yeah.
sort the mail and then the clerk basically backdates it.
Oh,
That's what's happening
to,
when you
to
do it
take it back
in
to,
real time. So
huh. Well, in our county, if you even just go up there in the courthouse, you just go up there and try to give them something. They'll say, nope, nope, got a mandatory e-file. And I was like, man, this
see,
shit's for attorneys. Shit, I
same
was like,
thing with
I'm
the
right here.
mail. They're
I'm like,
sorting it for some whatever
I looked
reason.
at her. I
Someone
said,
is sorting it.
"You are the one that I elected." I was like, "You're the one I elected, so it's between me and you." And I was like, "I don't want to." She goes, "Well, we have a scanner right here." I'm like, "That shit's for attorneys, man." I was like, I don't even want to be here." This is for a different. This is
It's
actually for a
already
different.
forced labor, ladies.
Right.
Stop giving me a hard time.
But that was actually for that when I had that conversation was a so totally separate issue. But this issue here, I haven't even walked foot in that place, not even one time. But the point that I was going to say is that I waited and I'm like, shit, what am I going to do? I got to get this notice in here so that way, I can actually, apply this knowledge. So I emailed it to the circuit clerk. Actually, it was just to their info. It was like, whatever it's called,
You're
like
gonna
something
get this correspondence
the
clerk.
info city clerk or something like that, at whatever. So anyhow, I sent it. And I opened up at the very beginning of it. I just said, uh, as my faithful servant, I instruct you
Yes,
to get this to the
I
right
demand.
individuals or whatever that it needs to go to. And I said I said I'd recently sent you something, but I've been out of town, and I just got back and realized that it was returned due to error in mailing, and so I instruct you to get this to where it needs to
I
go, and
instruct you.
I kid you not, they put it on file. They had no problems doing it. It was like it showed on there. It says, they filed it says email or defendant emailed something, blah blah blah. They put it on the docket, and then they just reschedule it, and then they send this notice to appear, and put threats on there that I could be arrested, blah blah blah, if I don't show up. And
And what about when you keep stringing me along by rescheduling the date? Can I arrest you? Can I threaten
right,
you? Can I
right,
put you in jail instead?
exactly, because every time they send that to you, it's they're threatening you, and plus they still have my property too. They still have my
Jake,
driver's license.
Jake, you have to file a tort claim.
I know I do. I
And
know.
like
Those are all tort
tonight.
claims.
I know.
Tort claim. Yep.
I know. I need to.
Congratulations on getting them to do their backpedaling. That's typically what they did when they gave our first son his ticket and we sent in the notice. The first thing they did was reschedule, and then the second thing they did was reschedule again. And then they didn't even bother to tell us it was dismissed, guys. I don't have no receipt from that because they rescheduled it twice and then they just stopped talking about it. They just shut
Yeah.
all the way the fuck up. And
Yeah.
so
If I
when
read
we
the
thought that
docket,
we had to go, he had a court date, as I mentioned to you guys, his father searching his name, searching, they deleted our whole baby's name. They just it. He's like,
that's awesome.
so what he did was he searched his name to see if it came up, even though it's nothing, right? From like blank when they first gave him his ticket in 2018. It's nothing there, but at least his name is there.
That's
When
why we need
for
tort
our
claim.
son, nothing.
That's why I need
Nothing
to
is
file
in
a
here.
tort claim so I can get my name on that list.
I
That
did
list
file
that
a
don't
tort claim for them
fuck
to
with me.
remove his name. I did. I
Yeah.
did file a tort.
Yay.
That's what it takes.
After he said it was still in there, I was like, I'm tort claiming them right now. What are you talking about? Yeah, you gave my husband a ticket 2 years ago. You still got his name in there. I need you to move that shit.
It's
I
like
don't
And I
he
think they
think
put
they
you
said.
on the
went. I
list if
think
you
they went
don't.
in there and was like, "Don't fuck with this one." That's what I.
I've
I'm
heard
just
that from
It's
other
like
guessing.
people too. I've heard that from other
it's
people that
like
have sued. They say,
yeah.
dude, I don't know what it is, but they get you on some list and they just run from you. So they'll take your stuff and be like, oh, sorry, here,
Yep.
you have a nice day. And it's like, oh,
Right.
that's how you're
Yep.
supposed to treat everybody.
So if
That's how
Yep.
you're
that's your
supposed to
name,
treat
how did they get
everybody.
it? Yeah,
That's how
if
they're
that's your
supposed
name,
to. That's how they're supposed to treat all of the people who
Right,
are off duty,
right.
even if it's another agent that sometimes is on duty.
Or it's a car that has a plate on it that looks like it's working, it's on duty right now. Because, I can
At least
understand
you can have.
they,
At least you can give that excuse. Well, I thought
yeah,
you were on the clock right now.
yeah, go, well, okay, well, I'm telling you now, I'm not. So I'm correct, now the record's corrected, and they should say, oh, okay, sorry, sir, you can be on your way. But they don't. But, and I wouldn't have a plate on there, but except for, then they'll really fuck with you.
We
But
don't know. There's lots of people I know that have fucked around and found out, and the policy officers know them and just know
mhm.
their car and just let it go because we're gonna sue.
Yeah,
look the
I
other
just wanted
way.
everybody to know that it really is about you got to have some balls, you got to have some courage to do this because you're never going to find out what it's like if you don't. Because if you keep, you know, end up being the first one to wimp out on them, then that's how they get you. That is exactly how this whole thing works, and it's being proven every day by our actions. And whenever we go in there and we're scared because, well, I better go in. It's like you're going too far. You're being the person that is liable. And so if you just let them know I'm not liable for this, and you tell them why, and you're not compelled to come, they literally got nothing. They even put the on the docket here. It shows so on at 9:15 is whenever it says the first appearance, defendant fails to appear, notice of appearance is sent, email from defendant filed. Then it says petition for arrest card order filed. So that was from the state. The state tried to put in a petition for arrest, and nothing. It doesn't say it's denied or anything like that. It just
Just
there's
they just have the request is there,
yeah,
and
but
then
it's never
nothing.
been. They never give it to them because they got my paperwork. That's why. And if I
So
wouldn't have
you're
said,
having fun.
Well, I am
You
having
haven't
fun because in the past I've always, I knew a bunch of stuff, but I didn't apply it. And
right,
it's really about the application because they don't know any better if you don't actually apply it correctly. Then they still think you're the guy. They think you're the
right.
that it matters. So
Yep.
the last one that they did yesterday when I didn't show, it says defendant fails to appear uh, or defendant FTA, but has attempted to contact state. All I've done is
Duh.
send him the notice. That's it. So I don't know
Yeah.
about
Attempted to
attempted.
contact the state
I
like you're
did
like you're
contact
waiting
state.
out in the hallway like a waiting to see the principal.
Well, like I called them or some shit. Like I didn't. I gave you guys a notice like 2 3 months ago. That's it. And you guys
I
are
gave you guys
pretending.
one notice 2 3 months ago, and y'all just got to keep referring to it. Are we gonna arrest this guy? Nah, he got a notice on here. He already
So
told us.
it says a new notice to appear is issued. This will be the third one,
You
returnable for
should send them
January
another
6th.
notice as well.
I'm gonna send him another notice and say, give me my shit back. I want my driver's license back
Tort
because
claim them. That's
and
the
the
that's the
tort
best
claim
way
too.
to
Tort
demand
claim.
your
I'm gonna do it, especially
stuff
after
back.
hearing what you said today. I realize again that I that's the answer. That's always the answer. Tort claim.
Hey,
Tort
do
claim.
what I used to do. Do what I used to do. I used to go park right next to them with no tags and stuff, or I'd get in front of them or get
Do
behind them
not
to
do
try to
not
get.
try this at home. Don't listen to Steven. I mean, listen to him, but don't do it.
No,
Well,
seriously
we had a
though,
contest.
I've
Me
heard
and
you say that so many times. Is like, what's the answer? Tort claim. Tort claim. I think that today's another example of hearing about the getting on the list where
We
they
don't
pull
know what
somebody
that
over.
list is.
I know
Some
we
people
don't,
think they know, but I think those people are lying.
but we know there's something. That's all that matters.
Yeah, there's something apparently.
Yeah,
Well,
and it's called.
my oldest son's been pulled over 3 times, and he's got driver's license, and his car doesn't have stickers on it though, and it's kind of a hoopty. Like he's done some his own modifications to it, so it's quite interesting to see go down the road. And he's been pulled over 3 times, and he goes very fast down the road and has 0 tickets. And he's kind of like, mom's up to something because he's. I've had to tell him to slow the fuck down.
I don't,
Slow,
I don't know what's
slow
happening.
down, or I'll have to write my tort claim in slow motion.
Right,
I don't know
right.
what's happening over here in the Portland area, but they're not doing nothing. I mean, people have no
Maybe
tags,
not to
nothing.
yourself. Maybe they got
Well,
all
they're
of us
starting to
bugged and
realize
they
that the
know.
record fails to reflect that we're on duty.
Hey, I like how you said that, Jake.
Because
Yeah.
that's what it's about, man. You got to let them know the record fails to reflect and shut the fuck up after that. Don't say nothing else because
Not on duty, off
you
duty,
ain't going to explain to these people. We got nothing to explain.
nothing.
What we do, I've done it. I've written so many things. I haven't always, sent them, but I've written drafts before where it's like, I'm this, I'm this. It's like, man, what am I doing? I got to quit making claims and start having, asking questions and stating that the record doesn't reflect the things that are needed. And that's it. That's
Yes.
it.
Well,
Yes.
you know they'll never
Awesome.
ask you for a logbook because you're not on it.
I yield. Take care.
Gratitude, guys. This has been
Yeah.
an amazing Tuesday. I hope each and every one of you have benefited from your experience with us today. I hope you guys enjoyed the receipts and the stories. Because I don't buy things without receipts. I don't know about y'all. I ain't buying nothing you don't show me a receipt. Not
That
a single thing. Okay?
I'll give you Malika.
And it better be a real receipt and not just some notice that you ain't even filed yet and everybody's cheering. I don't get that neither. You ain't gonna get nothing, no rise out of me for some half implemented or unimplemented things.
We seen the
So,
key go in the door.
again, before we go, I just want everybody to know we got this 50 off, which is the coupon code for all of our workshops. I hope since it's Newbie Tuesday, you guys also are sharing and downloading the Newbie Tuesday guide. Shout out to Linnea for creating it and sharing it several times on this live, at least here on the Zoom session part. I hope you guys are getting the link or are sharing the link over here on the TikTok side as well. Because
Y'all got me ready to go look for some homes that's in foreclosure.
Yeah,
take
do
the
it.
take the And what is it called? The mortgage free. Take the mortgage free first class, and you will see what that young man is talking about with the claiming of
Gotcha.
the homes.
Gotcha.
It's been there for what, 5 years, and we've had people who have taken advantage of it. So commend you all that have taken advantage of it. The women that do it, they stay quiet. Trading Brigade know what I'm talking about. They don't come. They be like, okay.
Oh, I thought you
So,
said the guy died last week.
or a couple
Didn't
of
he
weeks
say?
ago.
Okay, but it's
Yeah.
been sitting there for 5 years.
I don't know, but it does not have to be something that sat there for 5 years or any amount of years.
Oh, I thought that's what you said. I'm sorry.
No, it doesn't. I'm saying to take the first mortgage free class, the very first one,
Well,
the original one, the very first one. It's a trio now because people are in different stages. Some people are getting into the home for the first time. That's what the first class is for. Some people are behind on their payments to fend foreclosure. So that's what they need to focus on. And some people are current on their payments and still need to sue the servicer. We've had several people have success with all three stages, guys, whether they're getting into the home, whether they're allegedly behind on the supposed payments, or whether they're current and they just want the servicer to stop sending the statements. We
what
have
did you call
had
that?
success with
What did you
all
call that
three.
list? What did you call that list? You said the bank has a list of
Oh,
foreclosures.
REOs. They're called real estate
REOs. Okay.
owned. Real estate
Okay.
owned is what they call the bank REOs is what they're typically called because they're bank real estate owned. But as you guys
Word.
are aware from taking our first class, that they call it a home, but it's that the whole phrase is home office.
Wow.
They can own home offices, not
Duly
home.
noted.
Okay. Anyway, guys, peace
Peace
and
out.
courage to
Peace.
you all.
Peace.
We're going to be back
Peace.
together on Thursdays for our intermediate class and Fridays for our advanced class. So hope you guys are earning your ways into those other advanced sessions. Peace.
Go get you a
Mwah.
shovel and start
Smooches.
shelving.
Mwah, 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 mwah.
Peace out,
Love you
everybody.
guys.
Smooches.
And
Love you.
congratulations to all of our winners announced today.